What's up, everyone? It's your boy BLAZEDxENFERNO.
And I'm Eknight117, and you are listening to episode 75 of the Infernal Gaming Podcast.
We're recording this episode Christmas.
It's Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Crisis.
By the time you listen to this, it won't be Christmas, man. Won't be Christmas.
It'll be a new year.
It'll be the 27th, which is a big day for me. So, yeah, I mean, moment of silence real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Then that's it. But I appreciate you for listening to the podcast, man. I really do, man. Thank you guys for tapping in. If you are listening to this on the 27th, I really do appreciate you. If you listen to it later, it's still all good, man. We love y'all. We love y'all. Just so y'all know, y'all can listen to this podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more. Links are in the description. Also, check out our personal links as well. Remember to rate the show 5 stars on Apple and Spotify to help us grow. And if you're listening to us on YouTube, because there's a couple of y'all that listen to us on YouTube, make sure you like the podcast, man. Make sure you like it, comment. Let us know like what you think, man. You know, engage, man. Because we,
Say something.
You know what I mean?
Say something. Talk to us.
I mean, because I do appreciate a lot of y'all do find other ways to, you know, come and get at me. Y'all get at me either on stream or IG, and I appreciate that. But man, let's keep it to the content, man, a little bit. You know what I mean? But this is gonna be the last podcast of the year. We're wrapping up 2023, and man, we got a lot to talk about, man. We got a lot to talk about, man. We're gonna try to get this podcast out in a timely manner, get this shit done. But yeah, we got a lot to talk about, man. A lot's happened. I think the last time we've done a gaming podcast, it's been like almost a month, a little over a month, maybe. So yeah, man, we got a lot to talk about. A lot of games I've been playing. Eknight, what the fuck you been playing?
Halo. A little bit of Baldur's Gate.
Make sure you check out Couch Combat on YouTube, man. He just put out a fire video. Really proud of this man.
A little recap of Halo Season 5, Part 1. Yeah, Firefight videos coming out probably, hopefully by the end of the year.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, I've been playing mostly Halo since they kind of had a little resurgence with Season 5.
Yeah,
it's been a lot of fun, a lot of cool custom games, and I'm just I've been digging it. I've been just enjoying my time, and I'm happy that they finally, after 2 years, got this shit to I want to say their best Halo game that 343 has ever put out. Now, let me clarify that because I know.
Yeah. I was like, where's he going with this?
Because it's as awesome as a lot of the new features are. It's the launch and everything like that it's not. You can't really compare it to the OG games, really. But I mean, you can based on features and stuff. But it took this long to get the features out, so it's kind of we're not there yet. We're not at goated Halo game for 343, but it's definitely better than 4. It's definitely better than 5. But I never played 5, so I've only heard not so great things.
It's ass.
Yeah, at least the campaign was. Apparently, the multiplayer was decent after they released Forge, which is kind of a weird trend I'm hearing about 343's track record with releasing these games. But yeah, so mostly Halo. Definitely want to get back into some of the games I actually bought from some of these sales and stuff. I actually got gifted something called Embark or Embrace or something like that. It's a indie game title. Oh, it's called Encased. It's a sci-fi post-apocalyptic RPG. It's something it's like a blend of Baldur's Gate style game, but mixed with kind of a Fallout type of vibe. It's based in an alternate 1970s post-apocalyptic world. So I want to check that out. Probably check out some other games that I copped from these sales. What about you, Blaze? What have you been playing?
Where do I start? I've been literally playing everything, dog. I've been playing everything. So y'all know I'll be streaming twitch.tv/BLAZEDxENFERNO. Gotta do the shameless plug. We finally got to playing Jedi Survivor on stream. I feel like I'm almost done that game on stream.
Really?
Yeah.
How you like it so far?
I like it a lot. I like it a lot to say that when we do, which will be sometime next year, it might be like the first podcast next year, where we do our personal, top 5 games of the year, or top 10, whatever we feel like doing. It might make that list. It might make that list because
really,
yeah,
that's good. How was the performance? Because I know when that game launched, it had a lot of controversy around the performance of the game.
So I played it at first on quality. So it was.
Are we talking what platform are we talking?
PS5. So it looked immaculate, but it ran at 30 frames. So it was just like ass.
You could feel it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I changed it over to performance night and day. I think it runs at like a solid 60. I don't know what they got a cap to. But the quality and the graphics kind of sucks like a lot. Like the graphics kind of take a really bad hit.
It's either you get a nice little picture show or you get smoother gameplay.
Yeah, and I'd rather have, for a game like that, I'd rather have smoother gameplay.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I like the game a lot, man. I think I was never really like the biggest fan of the first game. I felt like the first game was kind of setting up for the game that we got now. Okay. So I'm kind of interested. I haven't beat it yet. I'm very close to the end, but I know there's a sequel probably in the works or a spinoff or something. I really do hope they kind of expand on what they got in front of them, because I think like a lot, just to give you like a quick pro, and maybe I gave you a con already. I'm gonna give you a quick pro. One thing I really like about this game is it's a Metroidvania style game, but it's not one of those games that takes all of your abilities from the first game and it's like relearn all that shit. It's like, no, you still got your double-sided lightsaber, your dual lightsabers. You get some new ones. You get Kylo Ren shit. It's just it's good, man. It's good.
That's good. So that's kind of what I was gonna ask you. If like in terms of the sequel, like it doesn't take away like the basic stuff that you learn that becomes like the advanced stuff from the first game. Like
it doesn't do that.
You still get, but it's just like you get a more enhanced version of it later down the line in the skill tree. Okay, that's good, because like I've known plenty of games that basically just like, I think God of War does that, does it not?
Yeah, to a certain extent. Yeah, the new sequel. We've been playing that on stream too. I'm almost done that game, but as far as Star Wars goes, really like it. I think I got like 15 hours in, like 13, 15 hours. If I was to give you like a solid rating, I'd give it like an 8.5. I'd give it like a strong 8.5. Like it can either go up depending on like what the ending is like. I don't think it'll go down. I think the game it's got me locked in, dog. It's got me locked in. The collectibles are worth it. Exploration is something that I felt like in the first game was kind of like, it wasn't like it was frowned upon, but it was kind of like it restricted you. With this game, it's like it encourages you to explore even more than the first game did. So I really enjoy that. There's a lot of side quests. Some of the environments are pretty dope. Some of the fights you get into are pretty badass. I like it all together, man. I like it. Some of the little story things are a little fucking corny, but I like it, man.
The side quest stories?
Nah, I just think the main story has like, it has that like classic Star Wars corniness to it. And you'll see it when you play. You'll be like, "Oh my god!" You like roll your eyes like this is fucking corny. But I mean, but it's just
like there's no real nuance to the storytelling right now.
Nah, not at all. I think it's a straight straight shot story. I mean, I think the little twist in the beginning is enough to get you like, okay, like I'm interested to see where this goes and invest your time into it. So, yeah, I'm fully on board. I hopefully we'll beat it sometime in the beginning of the year. Same thing with God of War, so we can start Spider-Man 2. We're gonna talk about a lot of Spider-Man 2 today in this podcast because I know y'all, yeah, I know there's a lot of people that's tuning in right now just to hear me talk about Spider-Man 2 and how it took nothing home at the Game Awards. But we'll get to that. But like I said, I've been playing those two games. I've obviously been playing COD. Season 1 came out. New Warzone came out. It's good. It's good.
I'm still not getting it.
I like it. I like it better than fucking Warzone 2. I won't lie to you. I like it better than Warzone 2. It feels a lot more fluid. Warzone's free to play too, so it's like you don't lose anything by playing Warzone. It's just more like, you know, the multiplayer zombies, all that shit. And it didn't really get too much season 1. They got like 2 or 3 new maps, and then they got a new act for zombies. And you know, I like zombies still. I'm still grinding it on the regular. I've been playing Fortnite. Solid Snake is in Fortnite. He's coming in like, I think less than 40 days. Yeah, bro. Less than 40 days, he'll be in the battle pass. You got to do like special missions and shit. So
that's actually kind of funny.
I locked in on the battle pass. I spent that 1,100 V-Bucks. Got my Fortnite battle pass. You know what I mean? And I'll be ready to get Solid Snake. I did play the Lego Fortnite a little bit. It's cool. It's basically Minecraft, but for free. And
is that going to be like its own standalone mode?
Yeah,
I feel like, no, I mean like its own like game. Like
bro,
it's permanent.
It's permanent, dog. They're already talking about the first major update.
That's awesome, actually.
Yeah, it's very dog. I if you're into like Minecraft or like Terraria, any of those types of games, highly recommend Lego Fortnite. You lose nothing by playing. It's free to play. You don't have to buy into anything. It's totally free to play. And I can see me like losing hours into it. Just when I did get to play, it was more of like all right, I want to try this so I can see if I like it or not. And I did like it. I just never went back to it because they did a couple changes to the regular battle royale, and I like it a lot. Like the new movement, the new map is pretty good. The new system they got with the bosses and stuff. So Fortnite's looking really good, and like that's really it. Off stream I've been playing Assassin's Creed Mirage. Don't buy it. I say
if you can get it for like, good.
If you can get it for like $20, I say get it. But it's really just like a glorified expansion. They really could have just tacked it on to Valhalla for like $20, $30, but I don't know why they didn't do that. I felt like this. I couldn't wait to beat that game. So that just sums it up for you. And I've been playing Remnant 2 too. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if y'all heard about Remnant 2. Yeah, man.
You beat the first one?
Nah, I couldn't. I just felt like the first game was just like too outdated. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna jump right in the second game. And I think this game might be a sleeper hit. I know a lot of people who feel like this is one of the best games of the year. I think they've done a lot with Remnant 2. I was surprised that it didn't get any, like, it didn't even get no nominations or anything, because a lot of people
I think it's just because it was like it's a good game, but it wasn't like crazy popular, or like I think it just didn't do too much different from the first one, aside from like adding that dog thing, and then I think there's like a little bit of like I think they revamped multiplayer and stuff, so it was a lot more seamless or something like that.
Yeah,
I think it's just
cross-play soon.
I was surprised it didn't get like some sort of like, not like a Souls-like nomination, but like a what do they call it? A roguelike nomination or something like that.
Yeah.
Kind of like Hollow Knight or not Hollow Knight, like Dead Cells, you know.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I was thoroughly motherfucking surprised that it didn't win anything, man. I'm not gonna lie. I not even win anything, just nominated because I heard I literally bought it off of like the YouTube hype. Like I heard like certain YouTubers just saying like, yo, like this is the game like Destiny wish it could be. And like when you get to playing it, you'll feel that you'll literally feel that. You're like, wow, this is what Destiny would be if it was a good game. Yeah, I mean, like this is exactly what it has, like really good elements, like so like just to clarify, right? Everybody's playthrough is completely random. Like some bosses may appear for other people and it may not for other people. You know what I mean? It's one of those things you kind of gotta like take a chance. And once you like clear an area, you get like something called adventure mode where you can like basically re-roll your playthrough and go back and like play bosses, like fight bosses and all types of other things. And there's like super unique ways to beat certain bosses. Like I'm not going to tell y'all which boss. I'm just going to explain how intricate it can be to get certain items and certain guns. You can entirely miss certain boss fights, certain guns, certain by just doing simple things. So there's this one boss that's like completely hidden away. You have to do this like little puzzle. Once you get into his lair, he basically tells you like, hey, I want you to kill this and I'll give you my power. If you say no and just basically get to fighting him, you get him down to a certain like amount of health, he'll do something where he'll like heal real quick. He'll heal real quick using something on the battlefield, and it'll literally trigger you getting one of the best guns in the game.
Really?
And you'll entirely miss that gun if you don't do it that way. If you just like fire at him and go crazy and don't allow him to like basically activate his second phase, you'll miss one of the best guns in the game. It's insane, dog. And I really, it's little things like that have me like, yeah, this game is really fucking good, man.
Yeah, no, that's kind of the reason we played Destiny kind of back in the way.
Yeah.
Like find those hidden secret guns and stuff like that. Same thing with like Skyrim and stuff, just having like weapons that like people don't know about yet, and it's like, you know, you tell them about how to get it and stuff. That's why it's like nowadays it's like they just throw that shit in the battle pass. They're like, here you go.
It's crazy because this game literally hides full archetypes from you. Like you just literally gotta like find them by just like random chance. Like one archetype that I have, because shout out my boy Black Kings, he kind of like carried me through and got my character looted up to the point where it's like, all right, I got all this, some of the best shit in the game. But there's literally one of the archetypes that's literally only hidden if you access a certain area with another archetype activated. The only way you can get it is if you enter a specific area with an archetype activated. It's nuts, dog. It's nuts. So if you, it's one of those games that gets you to kind of experiment with everything. It gets you to try everything. Like, oh, let's go over there and see what's up over there. Or let's go do this. And you know what I mean? It's crazy, dog. Like by you like destroying certain items gets you some of the best guns in the game. Like again, not to spoil nothing. Like I had to talk to this lady and she was asking me all these like really hard questions. Like, oh, would you would have did this instead of that? Would you have done this instead of that? And if you answer a certain way, she just basically is like, all right, fuck you. But if you answer another way, she's just like, all right, I fuck with you, but you still don't get anything from her. But if you talk to her again, it gives you another dialogue option where you can give her one of the best items in the game to get another great item in the game. So it's one of those things where it's like, if you don't try certain things,
play the game, you don't explore the game's mechanics, you don't do stuff that basically we would do in Skyrim.
Yeah, you just miss out on content. So
that's what's up.
I can't really give it a rating yet because I really haven't like deep dived into it. But I will say I enjoyed it a lot. If you can get it on sale, I got it for like $30. Definitely worth that price because it's like it only goes for 50, and I think 50 is fair too. But 30 is like a steal, basically. I mean, but Yeah, that's what I've been playing. Let's get into the podcast because all of what I've just said is about to go into our first topic, which is the Game Awards, man. We got a lot to talk about with the Game Awards. So much shit happened. This is probably a lot of people had a problem with this year's Game Awards, and I thought it was like, yeah, man, like this Game Awards had a lot of drama, dog.
I don't know. I think it's just one-sided drama, to be honest with you.
Nah, a lot of people didn't like the way that they were kind of like they were allowing like Sean Murray, who basically unveiled his next project. He's the guy who worked on No Man's Sky. He's got his new project coming out. They allowed him to talk for like 15 minutes, but like winners that were coming up to accept their award couldn't even talk for more than like 15 seconds and shit. And of course, the Spider-Man shit that we gonna get into, but you know what I
mean? That's what I'm talking about. The Spider-Man shit. There's a lot of salty people online I saw. Man, I was like, damn, really?
Dog, listen. I'm about to pour salt on a lot of people's wounds, but at the same time, I'm about we about to do some educating today. So let's talk about the Game Awards. Let's go down the list of the categories real quick. So we're gonna start. We're not gonna start with the Game of the Year, man. We're gonna save that one for last. Even though I know you know what it is. Everybody knows what it is. We're gonna start with let's do best multiplayer game, right? Let's start with best multiplayer game. This one, again, we talked about, if you didn't listen to episode, I believe it's 72, towards the end of the podcast, we kind of talked about our predictions of who we thought we were going to win. So if you want to go back and listen to that and then listen to this and see if we were right or wrong, just, feel free to do that. But best multiplayer for outstanding online multiplayer gameplay design, including co-op and massively multiplayer experiences, irrespective of game, genre, or platform. The nominees were Baldur's Gate, Diablo, Party Animals, Street Fighter 6, and Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Baldur's Gate 3 won this.
Did I say that? Did I say that was probably going to happen?
I think you may have said it. I think we both may have said it. But
I think I chose between Super Mario Wonder and Baldur's Gate. And the only reason I
chose... Go ahead, my fault.
No, that's cool. It's the only reason I chose Baldur's Gate is the sheer amount of shit you can do already by yourself in single player versus playing with friends. It's kind of actually crazy. Yeah. And then Super Mario Wonder I chose because it looked like it had a fun co-op game design. Diablos. Sorry, I don't mean to come off, but I couldn't get in that game, and the only time I could play it was with friends, and even then, it felt like I was just being drug along by a leash. And I was even playing a class that I actually wanted to play, so it was like I uninstalled that game.
What's crazy is, if you see my stream on Saturday, what was that? No, that was Sunday. I streamed Diablo 4, and I told people on stream I've been playing Diablo 4 kind of passively, like off stream, like just like when I come home from work, play it a little bit, because Diablo 4 is my first Diablo game, and I said that when we did our review way back on a podcast, and I really liked Diablo 4. Like, I really, really liked it. So when season 1 came out, they did all the weird changes and basically almost killed the game. A lot of my friends left, so I kind of stopped playing it. But like curiosity kind of, because I kept it on my PC and everything. I was like, yo, let me play this game. Season 2 is out for maybe about a month and a half now. So I was like, all right, let me pop in. And I was having fun. Like, I was generally having fun. And then I was like telling certain people within the community, like, yo, we should get back on Diablo. And like some of those people came back. I have some people buy this game and play it with me for their first time, and they're really enjoying it. Diablo 4 is a game where I feel like I had zero expectations of, and it may end up in like maybe my top 10, maybe very close to my top 5 games of the year, only because I really fucking enjoyed it. And even though season 1 almost killed the game, I believe that season 2 is kind of like an apology to the fans.
I didn't play season 2. I played base game. I don't even know if I was playing during season 1, but base game was just not. I don't know. Maybe I would have to try a different class, but it's like, I don't know. I wasn't personally.
What were you doing, Druid?
No, I was doing Rogue. Oh,
that's crazy because Rogue is fucking. That's
what everyone was telling
character.
me.
Yeah, that's my seasonal dog.
Everyone was telling me that shit, and I was like, "All right, cool,
try, man. Give it another try."
I was playing it, and I was just like, "I'm not feeling like I'm having fun. It feels like I'm just getting drug along." And then it's like everyone's like, "Oh, you gotta beat the story. You got to beat the story to get to the the fun part." I was like, "But why?"
I'm trying to tell you, man. Please do yourself a favor and yeah.
I think I did myself a favor, like, because they're just not playing it anymore because it just doesn't seem like it's my type of thing.
I mean, a lot of people say this. If you have Baldur's Gate 3, why play Diablo 4? And if you're big on PoE, which is Path of the Exile, there's no point in playing Diablo 4.
That's the thing. I looked at PoE, and even that isn't piquing my interest. So maybe it's just this genre of game that I'm just not that into. Because I like Baldur's Gate a lot, but it's not the same type of game.
I'm not playing PoE until the second game comes out.
I also am going to try the second game to see if it's
I missed the train.
Because I remember I had the same issue when I played Diablo 3. I just
bought Diablo 3 today.
I was not into it. Like, I played it, and then it was like my cousin, who also was like obsessed with it, was like, "Oh, you just got to play with friends." Like, that's it. So then, like, when Diablo 4 came out, I was like, "All right, this is my opportunity to play with my friends. It's open world, so it's like it's a lot cooler. It's a lot more casual friendly, so I don't have to worry about like being a sweat on here or whatever. This is PvP if I want to try that out, like all that. And it's like I didn't even get to the PvP, dog. Like I think I burned out halfway through the campaign, and I was just not having fun with it.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Because out of all 5 of these games, I think I said either Street Fighter 6 and I said Diablo 4, only because 1, I played both of those games, and 2, they're crossplay, and I think crossplay is a big factor when you're talking about for an outstanding online multiplayer gameplay and design, including co-op and massively multiplayer experiences. Yes, Baldur's Gate 3 does have that, and it has great co-op. But I feel like Diablo has accessibility. Street Fighter has accessibility, which turns more people on. Again, I think the biggest problem, and we'll get to it when we get to the Game of the Year category, is that a lot of people, I feel like this Game Awards really showed like who's a gamer and who's not a gamer, who's a casual and who's a hardcore person. And we'll kind of get into that, but I think for this category, I mean, it's well deserved. I would have probably given it to the other 4 more than Baldur's Gate 3, because even Party Animals is like the whole game is set around just a great multiplayer experience.
Yeah. I mean, like, again, we're talking about like multiplayer experience. I think, you know what I think it is? I think it's because you got this whole single player experience from what's it called? Baldur's Gate. All the dialogue choices and stuff can be affected by your teammates in the game.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And I think that level of complexity with 4 people is just like
insane.
I think that's why it won it, because of the sheer replayability of the multiplayer. And then like, I think I'm pretty accurate with my judgment on that. I think Baldur's Gate does deserve a type of multiplayer type of award just for that level of design alone, because that's a lot to just plan out. Like, I didn't even think Baldur's Gate was going to be multiplayer when I first like saw it was going full release. I thought it was single player the whole time, and everyone's like, no, it's co-op. I was like, what?
Yeah, I thought that game was an entirely different game, but we'll get to that. Let's move on. Like I said, before you Baldur's Gate kids and Diablo fanboy haters come for me, Diablo 4 is my very first Diablo game. I liked it. I had zero expectations, spent $100 on a game, had zero expectations, and I'm having fun. I probably got over 100 hours.
Bro, if Baldur's Gate had a fucking battle pass, you'd fucking buy it.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that, man.
You would, though.
Because I think y'all, I mean, I ain't talking about how I feel about Baldur's Gate 3 yet. We're going to get there. All right, we're going to get there. All right, best fighting game. Let's talk about best fighting game. I was right about this. I think we
I
were
have
both right
no
about this.
opinion. I don't know what I even picked.
We got God of Rock, Mortal Kombat 1, Nickelodeon, All Stars, Pocket Bravery, and Street Fighter 6. Obviously, Street Fighter 6 won. It was the best Street Fighter game we've gotten a long time. 1 and 2, it's just the best out of this list. I've been hearing about the Mortal Kombat 1 drama with the $10 finishers and all the shit they're doing over there. Yeah, you can buy seasonal finishers and they're $10 per finisher. So,
and is it like a custom animation and that's it?
It's like a custom animation. That's it.
Oh, I mean, that's not so crazy if it's a good animation, but like that's going to vary the person to person. We talk. You want to talk. You want to talk.
Listen.
You want to talk.
I think Fortnite be drawing when they be trying to sell them emotes for $5. I don't see it's something that you're gonna do, especially in a fighting game. You're only gonna do it, 1, if you win, and 2, if you get the button combo right.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't do those 2, you'll never see it. But other than that, I heard Mortal Kombat 1 was kind of bare bones at release, so I knew it wasn't getting it. And all these other games don't even light a match to Street Fighter 6. Well deserved. Love Street Fighter 6. I think next year will be better for them. They're kind of like a slow.
I think they won because they kind of nailed the single player.
Yeah.
You can square up with anybody, and I think that's a fucking great concept.
They're at a slow point right now. Like the content's kind of dead. Like they're like slowly dripping out new characters, and I feel like it's like not like Evo just ended this summer, so I think like right now we're just kind of like at a dead zone. I think next year will be really good.
I mean, to be honest, given how the game is made, where you can run around and fight anybody, and it's like kind of like an open world fighting game.
Yeah,
I think that's probably why. Because if you think about it, like seasonal content for like online multiplayer fighting games is pretty much drop new dude, maybe a new arena.
Yeah, facts.
Nerf some shit, and that's your content. So
yeah.
like, I can give them a pass after like launching such a big fucking game. Yeah.
Let's do best RPG, man. Best RPG. The nominees were Starfield, Sea of Stars, Lies of P, Final Fantasy 16, and Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate 3 won. I think we both said, I think we both said Baldur's Gate, but I think we both said, like, if any of these were to win, we wouldn't be mad. Because, like, I think I personally said
the only people who were mad would be the people that don't like Starfield.
I kind of wanted Starfield to win, but I knew going up against 2 other games that I think were like a better RPG. And I'm saying Sea of the Stars and Baldur's Gate 3. I think they were really good RPG games. I knew Starfield was losing in that department. But like I said, we're gonna get there. We're gonna talk about this Baldur's Gate for a minute, man.
I like I said, Baldur's Gate for most of these categories, I kind of pretty sure I just went with Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
So like RPG for sure, and for the same reasons I said about the multiplayer, like scope, scale, dialogue, how many endings there probably is, how many custom interactions you have with characters, the amount of like voice lines, like it's fully voiced, fully narrated, like combat, all that. 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
deserves most of these awards going forward, but like
facts. But we're gonna get into that. Let's putting that salt on the wound now. We're gonna do best action adventure game. The nominees were Alan Wake 2, Marvel's Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom and
Zero. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I was. The Legend of Zelda 1.
I could see it. I'm not mad with it.
I'm not mad either, but now since I finally played Star Wars Jedi Survivor, I feel like that game could have got this. I don't know why Alan Wake 2 was here. I didn't play it yet. I literally just downloaded Alan Wake Remastered on my PS5. I'm planning on playing that like off stream, and then I'll probably end up streaming Alan Wake 2 sometime next year when it goes on like sale or something. So I never played Alan Wake 1, so I don't want to play the second one until I play first one. I'm a little intimidated because people say it's kind of like puzzle heavy, and it's like puzzle heavy in like a stressful way. So I'm just kind of like, that kind of turns me off. But I mean, I'm not mad at this one, man. I didn't play a lot of Tears of the Kingdom. I maybe got like 7 hours in this game. There's just too
crazy.
much. There was too much to play this year, dog. Like, I'm sorry. Like,
I mean, it's true. We have a shit ton of good games.
Yeah, there's too much to play, man.
Outweigh all the shitty games this year, especially that one that just came out. But we'll talk about that later.
It's not even that. It's just I feel like I really like this Zelda game, but like I really like everything else that I'm playing. Mm-hmm. And like again, I just started really getting into Cyberpunk DLC, and
I forgot. Like I said, I forgot about shit like that came out. Man, it's not even on my radar.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Best action game that was the sneak one. So Remnant 2 did get a nomination.
Oh, it did?
Got a nomination for best action game. It was Remnant 2, Hi-Fi Rush, Ghost Runner 2, Dead Island 2, and Armored Core 6. Armored Core 6 won that, John. And
honestly, it was a good game. It was a good game. And they just, if you guys play Armored Core 6, they just released ranked for multiplayer.
Ooh,
so 1v1s and 3v3 ranked modes are out, and there are new weapons and stuff you can earn. I don't know specifically if it's through the multiplayer or if it's like playing through certain story missions again, but they released new parts for your mech. So yeah, that game's multiplayer was fucking on crack, and I fucking loved every minute of it. And
I'm gonna pick it up sometime next year.
You need to play it. It's a good game. It's like one of those games where it's like I understand the Souls fans were like you got the Elden Ring treatment pretty much, like almost to a T, without with the exception of the open world. But the open sandbox of each mission is pretty good. So it's like it's damn near, it's like you don't really notice it. And I don't know. I think in terms of mech games, it's top tier. Oh, rest in peace, fucking Gundam Evolution. I forgot all about that. Rest in peace.
Facts. I meant to say that there's another game that we had to say rest in peace to.
No, we don't need to say rest in peace. Good riddance is more like that.
What game? Is it a PC game?
Yeah, it's the fucking. You talk about the day after, right?
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Talk about that later. Like I said, we got a good podcast for y'all. Best ongoing game. Let's get it. Best ongoing game. Genshin Impact, Fortnite, Final Fantasy 14, Apex Legends, and Cyberpunk.
Mm-hmm.
Cyberpunk won this, and a lot of people were like, what? Ongoing game? Like, all these other games are live service games.
Yeah, so, yeah, I think, my problem, all right, so, you know how I feel about Cyberpunk because of how it came out, right? Like, I feel like a lot of people are playing this whole retro. A good chunk amount of people are playing this revisionist history. Like Cyberpunk was never a bad game to begin with, and I was like, it was. It wasn't that great. The only thing that was good about Cyberpunk was the storylines. Like the writing was phenomenal. Like I played the game to its completion when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but all the shit they said you could do, they directly lied about. Like you could do none of it. Like there's a whole 15-minute video where they go over everything you can do and stuff like that, and it's just not in the game. Like a lot of the stuff isn't in the game, but like the thing I have with it is that it's fixing a game should not count as ongoing. Like I'm saying that shit, and I play Halo Infinite. Like this should not fucking count as ongoing because
I think it should count.
Because you're fixing the game, right? Like you release DLC for a single player game, which I feel like is it should be under the category of expansion, right? not like
facts. I agree with that.
Not like something like ongoing. Usually, you think of games, live service, multiplayer type games, MMOs, like Final Fantasy 14. I can see as ongoing because it's always ongoing, it's progressing. Same thing with Destiny, which is technically a live service game, not really an MMO, but like a live service. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
Call of Duty, live service game, ongoing game. Well, you know what I mean? If they say that shit about Baldur's Gate, I'm going to heavily disagree, because while the development and DLCs that they add keep the game alive, technically, if we're going to go with the best ongoing game, wouldn't Skyrim be under that category as well? Modders are keeping that shit alive right now.
Nah, yeah, facts.
So like,
I agree.
It's, to me, I feel like, one, it's not the right category for this game. As much as good as the DLC might be for everybody to do, or the fixes that they should have had in the game upon launch, like, I feel like this is the wrong category for DLC, for expansions, for games for mostly single player games. Like, if fucking Starfield got an expansion, I wouldn't consider it ongoing. I would consider it an expansion or a DLC or some of the sorts. Yeah, of the sorts.
All right, that's time for me to talk my shit. Boom.
Yeah.
All right. So I would have liked this award to go to Fortnite, and a lot of people thought it was going to be Fortnite. A lot of people felt like Fortnite deserved it. But at the same time, right, we got to pay attention to what the name of this award is. It's awarded to a game for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. Same thing that happened, I think, a couple years ago. No Man's Sky got best ongoing or was nominated. People were just like, how? I mean, but at the end of the day, like, that was a game that they were fixing to, evolve the players' ongoing. I mean, the players' experience.
It's like time. As much as I like to root for like a redemption arc, it's just how the games are pitched and how they're advertised kind of makes you leave a bad taste in your mouth, because if anyone remembers, No Man's Sky was pitched to be totally different than what it actually was.
Yep, and it took
everything that was shown on screen was basically like scripted bullshit. And it's like you understand, it's like there's a concept of like, like you're kind of just showing what the game is, but it's like when you put in, all right, take it for example, Anthem, actual gameplay. BioWare didn't even know they were making that game. After that fucking article came out, like half their team weren't aware that game was theirs. They thought it was someone else's game. You know what I mean? Like that's wild. Like if Anthem was around this time and they added a few fixes or like the shit that they needed to add, would that count as ongoing? Like I don't agree that games that haven't really like that start off that bad. All right. Case in point, recent game that is no longer in development anymore, or basically died as soon as it came out. Day After Tomorrow, whatever the fuck it's called. Like, if that game was still going on a year from now, and it got some major content updates that would make it somewhat the game it was pitched, or at least the very base of what it was pitched, should that get that award? Because you're just delivering the promise that you initially promised, but now, it's a year later instead of when it was supposed to come out.
Facts. I agree. But I will say this, dog. I don't know why Apex was on this list.
Yeah, I don't know either. That's different.
They literally could have put like No Man's Sky on here, because No Man's Sky, they've been doing their work.
Like, if No Man's Sky, all right. So like, when did fucking Cyberpunk come out? 2020?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only been 3 years.
Exactly 3 years, because it came out like December 10th.
It came out, it came out like at the end of the year. I know that for sure.
Yeah, I remember that.
But it was like, I don't know. I feel like once they fixed all the problems, and then after the first major deal, I feel like it should have just been under like best expansion.
Look, If there was
ongoing,
a category, it definitely should have won that. But I'm not mad at this because I played the DLC, and I will tell you, I'm mad they're not making more DLC for motherfucking.
Oh, you finally got to it?
Yeah, I'm like, I gotta be like a good like 10 hours into it, and I'm at the edge of my seat the whole time. This the only
DLC that's coming out for it?
Yep. Yeah, they just said, look, after this, we're just gonna work on the second game.
Even more reason not to give it this shit. I'm sorry. Man, I'm sorry, bro. That makes zero sense.
Fortnite to get it, but at the same time, I feel like Fortnite didn't evolve the player's experience. What they did was they literally just went back to an old map. So they reverted the player's experience, took us back to an old map, had us have nostalgia for a week. And if you listen to episode 72 of the Infernal Gaming Podcast, like we said, nostalgia is your fault. I mean, it's your fault. No, you feed into it. Yeah, I mean, and nostalgia only lasts so long, dog. Like, I felt like after I played a couple matches on the new map, after I dropped tilted like 5 times, I'm like, okay, this was cool. We booting up duty. Like, it was just one of those things. Like, nostalgia only lasts so long, dog.
Especially when you weren't that invested into it.
I feel like if we're talking about Fortnite with this newest update, everything else that's out right now, hell yeah, Lego Fortnite. You got the racing on the Fortnite. You got all that shit that they just free content. Hell yeah, Fortnite is dominating, and I can't wait to see what they got going on next year. But to get off this category, well deserved, dog. Well deserved. Let's get into to y'all favorite parts, dog. Best performance. Best performance awarded to an individual for voice acting, motion, and performance capture. We got Ben Starr from Final Fantasy 16, Cameron, I don't know how to say his last name, dude from Star Wars, and Idris Elba, for Cyberpunk, Melanie, I don't want to say her last name and butcher it, from Alan Wake 2. I think she's Sega in Alan Wake 2. Neil Newborn from Baldur's Gate 3. He plays Asterion. Yep. And then we got Spider-Man Peter Parker himself, Yuri Lowenthal from Marvel Spider-Man 2. I don't know why Spider-Man fans thought they was. I've heard some of the voice acting in Spider-Man 2, and I will say, like, when he does get the symbiote, it's like, okay, like, yeah, he on that shit. He talking that shit. But I feel like everybody else in this category, like, really outperformed. I would have liked this shit to go to my boy Ben Starr, because, like I said, he played the fuck out of Clive. Same thing with the guy from Star Wars. I think he did an outstanding job. Idris Elba, we talked about this when we were talking about our predictions, that we feel like it just would take away from, like, everybody else if a Hollywood star got it. But, like, dog, you gotta play the DLC. He literally, like, immersed himself for that role.
I'm telling you, I've seen his performances. He's played Luther, and I loved him in Luther, and he's a really good fucking actor.
But it went to Neil Newborn, and I was just like, okay, dog, this was a horny pick. Y'all were horny. Y'all were really horny with this one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even gonna, like, lie to you. I feel like that was a factor for most people. They probably, like, fucking gushing over the fact that he's on here. Because it's not only
part of my team. Like, I don't even fuck with that nigga.
He's funny as shit. He's part of my fucking team. He makes me crack the fuck up.
Camp, dog. He kept dying. I said, yeah, you know what?
You gotta play. You gotta know how to play. He's a rogue. You gotta use the sneak attacks.
Listen, I'm not doing that. Not doing that.
Listen, that's like your whole fucking play style. What are you talking about?
My play style, but not for this type of game. We'll get to it, man. We'll get to it, man.
Fucking stealth man right here. Stealth sniper.
Listen, I won't lie to you. It could have went to, in my opinion, and it's going to hurt a lot of people's feelings, it could have literally went to everybody but him. That was a horny pick, dog. No, I think the Spider-Man bull, he played a good role. I didn't play Alan Wake 2, but everybody talks about how good of a game it is. Sega's a really good character in that game. I played the fuck out of Final Fantasy 16, streamed it and beat it, and I will say he killed that role, dog. Like, horny pick, dog. Horny pick.
Sure. You barely had him in your party, so you don't even hear any of his voice lines. But
I couldn't stand him. I couldn't stand him.
That's fair. That's fair.
This
That's
is what somebody told me. Not to spoil anything,
opinion.
right?
I respect
this is what somebody
your
told me. They're like, the best thing about Staring is that he's a SA survivor.
What?
His SA. If you don't know what SA is.
No. I don't even think I got to that part of his backstory yet.
Oh yeah. I'll just spoil some shit for you, but yeah,
that's fine.
He gets his story gets a little deep and shit, and it's just like it wasn't enough to move me to be like, okay, man, can we get this gay vampire out my motherfucking party real quick?
Jesus Christ.
Get him out my motherfucking
Well, I was
party,
also gonna
man.
say that like he wasn't the only one from that game where that could have been a contender. Like Karlak, fucking Gale. All top tier in voice acting.
Karlak. I love her, dog.
Yeah, then there's your horny pick right there.
Nah, it's not even my horny pick. She's just good. She's good, man. She's good. I like the Staring. I tried to use him, but it's just like we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
You tell us when your thoughts on the game later.
Yeah, so best audio design. Alan Wake 2, Dead Space, Hi-Fi Rush, Marvel, Spider-Man 2. I don't know why it's there. Resident Evil 4.
Same fucking shit.
I said Resident Evil 4 should have won this. Either that, Dead Space.
Dead Space for fucking sure. Fucking facts. Dead Space should have won this. Audio design. I was actually afraid in that fucking game when I played it in the beginning of the year. That was like old Dead Space would catch me off guard. The atmosphere in the new remake is like
it's scary.
Good.
It's fucking scary.
So good that I want them to do 2 because 2 was probably like the best.
The best one, yeah.
The best one for fucking shit like that. Like there's so much.
But it went to Hi-Fi Rush. Go ahead, my fault.
No, you're good. Like Hi-Fi Rush it's a decent pick. I think a rhythm game, it's like a rhythm RPG, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was all right. Like I haven't played it yet. I want to play it. I want to check it out. But like based on how it was like basically a sleeper hit, I'm not mad that it got it.
Yeah. Yeah, me neither. It got more fucking awards than Spider-Man did. I don't even know why Spider-Man was on this fucking list. Like
Spider-Man was on that list because Sony said, "Here's a paycheck."
Yeah, imagine that. Best score in music went. All right, hold up, my fault. I'm getting hype. All right, and Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 16, Hi-Fi Rush, and The Legend of Zelda. I think we both said it could have went to like Hi-Fi Rush or like Final Fantasy because Hi-Fi Rush is a rhythm game and Final Fantasy 16 is Final Fantasy and Final Fantasy 16 won. And I'm not going to say anything more on that because that was well-deserved, dog. Again, that soundtrack is phenomenal. I need the full thing to drop on, streaming platforms so I can blast that shit while I'm on my way to work because that playlist, that track list is fucking fire for that game, dog. I mean, I don't know about Baldur's Gate 3. Again, Baldur's Gate 3 is just everywhere, and it's just like, I'm just like, all right, man. Like, all right. And this is coming from somebody that played the game, dog. Best art direction. Alan Wake 2, Hi-Fi Rush, Lies of P, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. It went to Alan Wake 2. I mean, I think
actually.
Yeah, I think me and you both said like Hi-Fi Rush or like, I think we said like Zelda or something.
Yeah, well, like I think if I said this before, I'm gonna say it now. Hi-Fi Rush is not something like anything that we haven't seen before. It's cel shading, like art direction, but it's a good art style. But like, I could see it for Super Mario Wonder or Zelda, like because those games are stand out on their own. They're very identifiable. If I never saw or knew about Hi-Fi Rush before, I'd probably think it's like a not Baldur's Gate. Damn, that shit's like affecting my mind like a goddamn mind flayer worm.
That's all you thinking about.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. But the fucking what's the one game? Borderlands is also a game that I would confuse it with if I had no prior context with Hi-Fi Rush because they have a similar art style with the cell shading comic book style. Although theirs is a little bit more comic book-y. But that being said, yeah, I seen Alan Wake. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry for the awkward silence. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna play Alan Wake 1, and then I'm gonna play the second game. So, I mean, it could have went to anybody. Like, I didn't play Lies of P. I downloaded it and haven't started it.
Lies of P is just Bloodborne.
Yeah, I just don't have time for it. All right, here where we get to the meat of this motherfucking joint, man. All right,
Okay.
best narrative. Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty, Final Fantasy 16, and Spider-Man 2.
Baldur's Gate.
It went to Alan Wake 2.
No. It went to Baldur's Gate.
It went to Alan Wake 2.
I
I kind of wanted it to go to either. I think I said Cyberpunk or Final Fantasy, but I mean, it went to Alan Wake 2. And like I said, I have no opinion because I just haven't played it yet. I mean, I have no opinion. I heard it's great. I want to play it. Just we got to get to it, man. Same thing with Spider-Man. We got to get to it. But we'll talk about Spider-Man 2 later. We'll talk about that. Best game direction. Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Spider-Man 2, Super Mario Bros. And The Legend of Zelda. Alan Wake 2 won again, dog. God damn. Spider-Man fucking 0 and 16, dog. I mean, all these nominees and not one dub, dog. That's crazy.
I mean, to me, Spider-Man 2 just looks like Spider-Man 1. But
don't say that. Don't say. I said that on stream and niggas tried to kill me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, those are the fanboys, and they can try, but
apparently I gotta play it for myself, which I'm going to. I'm gonna play it for myself. I'm gonna definitely play it for myself. That's coming in January. We're gonna be streaming at twitch.tv/BLAZEDxENFERNO. I know I'm gonna like the game, but my whole argument that night on stream, and I may even put a little video up on YouTube so y'all can watch it.
Good. I want to watch it.
It was a great conversation, but I was basically just saying I don't believe that Spider-Man 2 or even last year with God of War Ragnarok, I don't think those two games did anything to be Game of the Year worthy, dog. I don't think they did anything.
I think they're kind of like for me, they're kind of in the category of how Revenant 2 is. Like they don't, I don't know, they don't stand out to me enough to be like, I gotta play this game. You know what I mean?
It doesn't stand out enough to be like, damn, this is so like, all right, we're playing Ragnarok on stream, and the funniest shit happened that night, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was going in, the chat's trying to argue me down, like, oh, you didn't play Spider-Man 2, so you don't know. But it's like, dog, I've seen gameplay, I've watched enough streamers. It's not like I just went on YouTube and was just like, I watched a bunch of hate videos. It was like I actually watched people play Spider-Man 2, and I was like, wow, this is the same fucking game. And the argument that I made was, dog, you can't tell the difference between God of War Ragnarok and God of War 2018. That night, I ended up raiding out on my boy Ninja Wolf. Shout out Ninja Wolf, right? He was playing God of War 2018. You know what people said in the chat? Oh, you're playing Ragnarok too? And my argument that whole night was like, Sony has been making the same game for like 10 years at this point. They've been making The Last of Us in all of their games. If you think about it,
it's formulaic, and I'm not saying that like each studio copies each other, but it's like they copy their own formula to a T. Like I played Spider-Man 1. I got I think I got 90% through it before I basically switched to PC almost permanently. I don't even touch my PS4 anymore. It was okay. I enjoyed the combat. I thought it was a good superhero game. And again, disclaimer: superhero games are not my bag. They're like sports games to me. I do not go out of my way to play a superhero game because it's like I don't know. I don't have that connection with some of the superhero IPs like that. And that's totally like just my thing, but like when I played it I was like, okay, it's cool. It's interesting. I like being Spider-Man. It's a lot of fun. You fly around the web slinging, doing the side quests. I did the one side quest in Spider-Man where you're catching the pigeons and stuff, and then it's like becomes a task for me to do on the map afterwards, which I was like, okay, I might do this, but like there's I don't know. It's one of those games where it feels like it was open world, and then they did a bunch of open world stuff, and then like the what I really wanted was all the side missions, and then the weird sneak missions with Mary J. I didn't really like them at all. I thought they were annoying as fuck. But like, I think if you're just gonna do that again, but this time you're playing as Venom, and the funny thing is, I had more fun playing the GameCube version of Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man, where you could actually be Venom in the open world.
Listen, I'll say this.
I enjoyed that shit so much.
I think I can't talk any shit on fucking Spider-Man 2018 because I really like that game.
That's fine. That's fair.
I know I'm gonna love Spider-Man 2 when I play it. But again, the argument here is people feel is as though it deserved some of these awards, and I'm like, bro, it's not even second place in a lot of these categories. It's not even third. It's like dead last in all of these categories.
Like action adventure, I can see for sure, and if there was a superhero category, also for sure. But like, I can't like best game of the year. Come again?
And look, man, motherfuckers are weird,
like fucking man. Like if Lethal Company didn't release so fucking late, I would have thought that would have got game of the year. That shit is dumb fun.
Yeah. Look, let's get to the final one, man. All right, because I think we got one more, and then we can shift our conversation to I think what y'all been waiting for, right? Game of the year. Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and The Legend of Zelda. I said Resident Evil 4, and my boy Eknight over here said Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate 3 won.
Thanks.
Rightfully so, too. And I will say that. But here's when we get into my review, man. And
are we segueing now?
And this is where I kind of sympathize with those, because I think the thing was, right, with Baldur's Gate 3, with it winning, is that like nobody really heard about this game. Like if you really think about it, like a lot of people were just like, what the fuck is Baldur's Gate 3? Like what the fuck is this game?
So the funny thing is Baldur's Gate 3 was on my radar. It was under early access for a while.
Yeah.
And a lot of people said it was decent so far, like what they were playing.
This is the thing. You would only know that if you were PC nigga.
That's facts.
So
you are right. You are correct.
This game dropped like a month later on PS5, and then it dropped literally the night of the Game Awards for Xbox. So it's finally on everything.
Yeah.
Right? I'm playing this game on PC. I got like 10 hours into it, and I can neither say I really like this game or really dislike this game. It's one of those things like this, right? And we're talking about game of the year, dog. We're talking about a game that I feel like it's hard to put this shit in words, but I'm gonna just go with my review, and I think you guys will kind of get where I'm coming from with this. I feel as though, and I love RPG games. Y'all already know. I love RPG games. I played Diablo 4. I played Starfield. Skyrim's one of my favorite games of all time. Love Witcher 3. I love RPG games. So it's like, this game was like on my radar, but it was like certain things about it like that turned me off. Like when people was like, oh, have you ever played Dungeons and Dragons? Just like that. I'm like, all right, I haven't. But I've always been interested enough to where I want to give this game a try. And I ended up buying it in the summertime, but I had like a lot of shit going on to where I was just like, I don't have time for this. I refunded it. Niggas looked at me crazy. I went and bought another fucking game that I was gonna play at the time. And then when this game, around the time it won Game of the Year, I was like, all right, I gotta see what's up. I'm not gonna be a hater like everybody else. I gotta see what's up. I did the right thing. All right. I've watched my boy Dagon. Shout out my boy Dagon. I've watched him play hours of this fucking game. Hours. And he's always made it look like really simple to me. So I was like, all right, I get it. You know, I got to roll a dice on certain things when it comes to like a skill check or something like that. No problem. No problem. I got that. I got this. You know what I mean? I can do that. Totally fine. I love dialogue heavy RPGs. I love it. I love it. So I was just like, dog, there's a lot of dialogue. I can really work on like a speechcraft build character if I wanted to. I can really talk that shit to people. And I was interested. So they had me. So I'm like, all right, here's the $60. Let's get to it. My first night playing it, I played like 5 hours of it, dog. I spent like maybe like a good hour making my character. And I spent the other 4 like kind of like really immersing myself in the world. I don't like the point and click shit. I don't like that shit. I fucking actually hate it. Like it's one of those things that I was playing Diablo 4 like that because I bought it on PC. So I'm like clicking and dragging and shit. And I'm just like, fuck, I wish like I could plug in a controller and I could just be able to control each character as I move around before I get into the turn-based combat. And there's no option for that. All right, cool. I just got to click around and do all this other stuff. I got used to it pretty quickly, moving the camera around and stuff. I get into combat. And combat is where this game completely loses me. It loses me, dog. It fucking loses me. And it's like, I've talked to a lot of people, like a lot of friends that have gotten 100 hours in this game. So I'm coming to them for guidance. Like, bro, I cannot. Karlak told me to go kill these motherfucking people. I go up there to go kill these people, and they body me every chance I get. Body me. Like, literally, I'm swinging for 10. These niggas are swinging for fucking 13, and they're attacking me twice. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? So then my one friend's just like, all right, you got to think of it like a chess game. Like you got to move around kind of strategically, use the environment. I mean, you're kind of like on an elevated area. So maybe you should focus on trying to, you know, push your enemies off of things. And I did that. And I was like, oh, that's kind of dope. I pushed the dude off the cliff and he died. I was like, all right, that's kind of dope. But it's just like the combat really kills it for me in this game, dog. Like, not gonna lie. Like, if I could go like completely like pacifist in this game, because I like playing games like passive. Like I played the Outer Worlds. I played the game like almost completely passive. Like I didn't kill anybody. And I loved that. I loved how it's like, if I can't talk my way out of it, I can sneak my way out of it. It's like a lot of times in this game, it's just like you be feeling like you have an option, and then I'm just feeling like, yo, like no lie, I'll send my main character into a area to initiate dialogue. Still don't get the outcome I want. I'll send another character in there. They don't give me the type of dialogue I want. I'll send somebody else in there. They don't give me so I'm just like, damn, like it's just like, what the fuck, man? Like it's just like, I've told people this. My biggest problem with Baldur's Gate 3, and I feel like a lot of people who have played every other game on this list but Baldur's Gate 3, you played Alan Wake 2, you played Spider-Man, you played Resident Evil 4, you played Mario, you played Zelda. I feel like Baldur's Gate 3 caters to such a small audience of people, and that learning curve, dog, is like a complete turn off, dog. It is a turn off, dog. To the point where, like, no lie, dog, I'm at the point where I'm like, I will put, that's why I said to you, like, when we first was starting up the podcast, we got to get a co-op playthrough for this game going, because
you need someone to help you.
I kind of refuse to play this game by myself. I feel like this is a game I would enjoy with all of the choices being affected by my friends and all of us controlling our own individual character to the point where I only have to focus on myself and my interactions within the game. I feel like it'll be a 10 out of 10 for me. But as a solo experience from somebody who's never played Dungeons and Dragons, never kind of played this type of hardcore game, I can see why people be like, dog, how the fuck this game get game of the year? Because it's like, if this is your first type of like CRPG game, you're gonna have a bad time, dog. I'm talking about, I literally had to I was playing on balanced, I dropped the difficulty and I still was just getting bodied, dog. And I'm just like, bro, how are they attacking me twice? I got the skill where I can do it, but it's like, how are they doing it without even activating the skill? Like, I had to Google certain shit, and that was something that another friend of mine told me. Like, don't feel afraid to go and Google stuff. Like, if you don't understand something, go look it up, because everybody's done it with this game. But that right there is the reason why I feel.
I think, and I don't mean to cut you off a bit.
No, go ahead.
I think this is like the disconnect is that you have never played Dungeons and Dragons.
Never.
That is the disconnect. So like, it's not that you're not getting it. It's that you've never, this game caters to people who play, well, not only tactical RPGs, but also people who have played D&D, which D&D is kind of like a tabletop tactical RPG when you get into combat.
Yeah.
And I've tried to pull you into the D&D realm, but we've never gotten to where like you could sink your teeth into like the meat and potatoes of D&D. D&D is a type of game where it's like anything you try to do is possible, but whether you succeed or not is based on luck and how you build your character. So the combat, though, is like, imagine each and every single enemy you're fighting has the same options as you when you're creating your class and your character.
I peeped that. I was like, yo, like, these motherfuckers kind of play like players. They don't play like NPCs. They play like players. So again, like, once I kind of got that, like, momentum going to where it was like, all right, I know what some of my characters' strengths and weaknesses are. Again, when I said I let Asterion go, I tried to do the stealth shit with him, and I just wasn't feeling it. I was like, this is kind of
the thing about D&D, and this is the why I run a lot of my campaigns at level 5 or 4, is because when you're at level 1, from level 1 to like level 3, you're kind of anemic. You're kind of like a weak little baby. Like it's really like a true RPG. Like, you gotta like work your way to that second level. And once you get to level 5, you kind of get a lot of options to open up your class. And keep in mind, D&D's max level for campaigns without making your own in-house rules is 20. At level 20, you're basically like a god. At Baldur's Gate, only is its level cap goes up to 12. And there's multi-classing and all that type of shit.
All right.
So
I'm sitting here like, bro, hold on, listen. I'm sitting here like, bro, why am I not leveling fast enough? Like, why?
Because level 1 is true to its level. You are level 1. You have nothing but your basic skills.
I don't like that shit.
I understand. No, I'm telling you, once you get past like the third, once you get to level 5, you basically just like it opens up a lot of possibilities, and you start to understand the game more. You start to get more and more options, and it becomes kind of overwhelming, but it's also like at the same time, it's like, damn, I could really go back and try this. I can really try a multi-class like this. There's dudes who make builds in this game that are like just stupid crackhead builds. There's like a Shrek build. Some dude made like a halfling build where you're like, basically you're a short dude and you run around and you grab, and you just basically play as a berserker barbarian. You just throw dudes off cliffs. You just pick them up, throw them into each other. You just run around doing that.
That's cool.
It's just, I think had you had that prior experience with D&D, you would understand it a lot better, and you would also kind of like know why some characters are being able to do extra attacks and your character. Which what class did you play, by the way?
I'm a fighter, two-handed fighter.
Okay. When you got to level, what level are you now?
4?
You're about to be 4?
I think I am 4.
Okay. So, like, what's your, like, what are your plan to, what was your subclass?
I can't remember, man.
Did you choose Eldritch Knight? Did you Battle Master? These things matter,
I
which is
think I
like,
did the Eldritch thing so I could do like some type of magic because somebody told me like Eldritch is kind of strong and shit.
yeah. So the thing is like, you kind of have to like want to try out a class that you know you would actually want to play. I mean, fighter is a basic class for beginners in D&D. Like it's the easiest class to learn because it's straightforward. You pick up a knife and you beat the shit out of it. By the time you're level 12, I think you'll get like 3 extra attacks and then a bunch of other stuff. But like you I think you may have just like the magic for Eldritch Knight is like it's basically like you're a spell sword. You know what I mean? Like you're not great at it, and it does
But I
rely.
can do it. Yeah,
You can do
I
it. Yeah, and it does rely on your intelligence stat, which maybe it's possible that if you stuck with the Battle Master or the other one, you probably would have been having a lot more fun because it's more martial and sticks with just beating the shit out of
No. And that's what I wanted to say, dog. Before people think I'm just shitting all over this game.
No, I know you're not shitting on it. You're coming
I
from a
said
place of inexperience with the
experience.
franchise.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And listen, this is what I'll say, right? That's why I said in the beginning, I don't know whether I really like this game or I don't like this game because when it comes to like the characters, storytelling, the choices, bro. I'm like, dog, it's playing with my G spot, dog, on all of them Jones. On the dog.
It's just
I'm
you
not
don't
trying to spoil
understand the
nothing,
combat.
but I had a situation with my man Will. Shout out my man Will, where I made a decision and now he's a different person.
I know exactly what you did because I did the same thing.
Dog, and I thought that was fine. I was like, bro, this is.
But the thing is that if you made a different decision, that wouldn't have happened. You would never have known about any of that.
Dog, and I think that is like, no lie, like I was like, because when I was telling somebody, I was like, yeah, man, this such and such just happened. They're like, wait, what just happened? I was like, yeah, I went with this option.
I'm still finding out about shit in the game through like shorts that I watch on YouTube that I haven't even experienced within like the realm of what I've experienced. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The game is easily thousands of hours long.
Yeah.
Easily. So like your frustration with combat, I feel like you were expecting or you were hoping that'd be similar to something like, I guess, not like Fallout with the VAT system, right?
No, I was actually thinking it was gonna be more of like Dragon Age. I know.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Dragon Age is like it plays like this, but it's like simplified. You only have like a certain amount of skills. You know what I mean? You have your passives, you have all of that jazz, but it's you get the gist of it very quickly. With this game, it just, I feel like there's so fucking much to it. I was like, bro, I'm like, at one point, I'm like, bro, how the fuck I get over there? And then I noticed there was a jump button. I was like, what the fuck is this game? Like, what the fuck am I playing, bro? Like,
you were playing the best version of D&D in a video game since fucking Tabletop Simulator.
And listen. That's again why I said, like, I don't know how I feel about this game. I just know me personally.
I think this is definitely. I think you're right. You probably enjoy this game better with friends.
I think I want to just put this shit down until I can get a campaign started. I'm thinking about doing like a little YouTube series with a couple friends. We run a campaign. I record it, and we, you know what I mean? Like, I think I really want to get into this game. But again, like, if we're talking about the game of the year situation, this is where I feel like I'm going to lose a lot of people. I feel like just that alone, to me, right, it's not game of the year, dog. It's not. Because, again, the accessibility for, like, somebody just, like, Damn, that sounds like a really good game. I see that it's getting 10 out of 10s everywhere. I kind of like that. I played Witcher 3 or I played this. You see what I said in the beginning? Like I played multiple RPGs and then you
Right,
jump
and
into this.
Witcher, correct me if I'm wrong, Witcher 3 got Game of the Year, right?
Yeah.
So I think, but like, let's say someone similar, like, doesn't like, all right, let's say someone doesn't like playing fucking, I don't know, isn't used to playing the game that is Witcher 3, which, case in point, it's a decently difficult game if you're playing on like
it is
regular
but
difficulty.
at the same time, I feel like the learning curve isn't that steep. I feel like it's one of those things where difficulty is a thing, but like once you kind of learn like the sword oils and all right, how to switch to silver to like a regular sword for certain enemies, and you learn how to block certain attacks and then use your signs and shit. It's simple as fuck.
So are you saying it's because it's a lot more simplified to learn Witcher 3 mechanics? It's more deserving of Game of the Year rather than Baldur's Gate's mechanics, because it comes off as complicated to you.
Yeah, and I feel like I said, I feel like if I did understand this game, and I'm saying this with all truth in my heart, I feel like if I did understand this game, I would still be able to understand that there's a steep learning curve to this game, and that like this game from the rip is just it's gonna scare people away. Like this isn't gonna be like a Witcher 3 where it's just like, all right, like this is kind of difficult, but like, what am I doing wrong? It's just like with this game, like I literally had to like look up a lot of things, and I've said this a lot in the past for like other games. I feel like the minute I have to unimmerse myself out of the game and I have to go somewhere else. I have to go online and read a book, or I got to do this and I got to do that.
Well, did you have the tutorial tooltips and stuff on?
I do, but I just feel like the hardest part for me, no bullshit, is just the combat. Like right. There's one fight. I'm going in this shit. I'm like, all right, I got it. My whole party's at full health. We doing this shit. These motherfuckers are running around all different places. I'm like, where the fuck are they going? Like, where are they going? Like, why y'all running away from me? And then, I'm moving towards them, and I'm looking at I'm running over the ground, and I slip. And I'm like, oh, wow, that's kind of dope. But at the same time, it's like, I don't remember the game even telling me that shit. Like that was a fucking thing. I thought it was cool, but it's like I said, like, I feel like sometimes, like, again, listen. This was my problem with Elden Ring last year. I said the same thing with Elden Ring. I think Elden Ring deserved Game of the Year. I just feel like it was one of those things. And I don't say this game don't deserve Game of the Year. I'm going to just say, like, I feel like the confusion that a lot of people are having where they're just like, how the fuck did Spider-Man not win? Spider-Man doesn't deserve to win regardless. But I'm just saying, I feel like Spider-Man games like Alan Wake 2, Resident Evil, Super Mario, even Zelda are a little bit more accessible to a player than a game like Baldur's Gate 3. There's only so many people that kind of understand this game to the point where it's just like they can fully immerse themselves and they don't have to like leave the game or ask people. And like, I want to be immersed. I don't want to have to be like, all right, I just leveled up. All right, what is repose? What is this? What is that? I hover over it to read the thing, and I'm just like, I don't understand any of this. Like, what are these numbers? What does this mean? What does that mean? Let me look it up. It's just, it becomes too much. And like, I've talked to other people who really love this game, and they told me like, yeah, I can understand your frustration. Like the learning curve is a little too steep, dog. It is a little too steep. And it's one of those things where it's just like, I don't want to be a pussy and bring it down to like the easiest difficulty. So I haven't done it. I tried to do it and I would still get my ass whipped. So I'm just like, I'm gonna just keep it on balance and just go with the flow. Like if I lose a fight, I'm gonna assess what happened, go back in there and try it all over again. And then I just got to learning like the other day when I was playing, like, all right, in this area that I'm in, I'm not ready for it yet. I got to go do other shit. So I went back to the other town. I found me some side quests. Now I'm fucking around with that. I did some cool shit where I played mind games on somebody and they did exactly what I wanted them to do. Again, when we get into the dialogue, when we get into the characters, when we get to the world itself,
it's just the combat. Everything else is
dog,
great.
Yeah, man, that learning curve is insane. So again, I think like this is one of those things. Like I said, I'm gonna just wait until we get together and we get the action like on a Saturday. If you're ever off on a Saturday, we just play play that shit for like 5 hours, 6 hours, because I really want to sit down and just lose myself in this game.
Shout out to Black Knight 79. He wants to get a whole YouTube thing going along. So
let's get it. I'm trying to say I like the game.
Shout her out too. She's also obsessed with the character you don't like that much, so she'd be down to probably play it.
Part of the problem. Like I said, man, I see the game's flaws like everything. I just see how like a motherfucker that only has a PS5 and literally only played Spider-Man 2 and maybe just went and picked up Alan Wake 2 would be like, what the fuck is Baldur's Gate 3? I get it.
Right.
I get it.
Right.
And I'm saying that by also saying Spider-Man 2 didn't have a chance in winning any fucking way. So y'all are wrong there. Because again, it's the same game as the 2018 game. Like
it's not even from what I saw,
Alan Wake 2 should have won this joint. Alan Wake 2 should have won, because what I've seen of Alan Wake 2, this was the year of like really good horror games. And that game is amazing, dog. I can't wait to play it. But
you know me, I'm a dick ride for fucking Baldur's Gate. So fucking
I say this with all love. I want to play this game so bad and get into it and like love it and dick ride it. I want to dick ride it too, but I can't dick ride it when it's like
you don't understand it.
I'm unexperienced in the game that it's trying to emulate, the style that it's trying to emulate. And
all I'll say this is that when I do get you into a room to play actual D&D, I think you'd like it.
I think
you would like the experience.
I know I would, man. And I say that with all love, dog. Like I said, like I just feel like Alan Wake 2 is probably the real winner here. I really do feel like Alan Wake 2 is the real winner. I haven't played it. I've just watched a couple of streamers play it, and what I saw, I was like, this is what you want from a sequel. Not playing it safe like Spider-Man 2 and fucking Ragnarok did, where it's just basically a continuation of the same fucking game. It's the same thing I said with Horizon Forbidden West. I love Horizon Zero Dawn, but Horizon Forbidden West is literally Horizon Zero Dawn. It plays it too safe. It doesn't do enough new that it's just like, damn, this is a whole new game and it feels so much different, and the story is blowing me away because like it's just not. And I feel like Alan Wake 2 hits like all that. I haven't played it. That's why I want to play it. I want to stream it. I want to dick ride it. I want to dick ride Baldur's Gate 3, but for right now, we gonna wait until I play with the gang, because I'm not doing that shit by myself, man. Fuck Astron, dog. Shout out Shadowheart and my man Will. Yeah, I mean, Will is my guy, dog. Will never lets me down, dog. Will is just like, I'm gonna hit this man with Eldritch Blast, and he's gonna fucking die, dog. And I'm just like, I love that nigga, man. Like,
yo, when you do go back to your playthrough, give him Agonizing Blast.
I think he got that.
And what's it called? The other one that makes dudes get pushed back like 10 feet.
So you did the same thing I did, where he.
That's how I made my first character in D&D ever was a warlock.
Okay.
That I played like a hexblade, but I didn't know that a hexblade existed. So I basically built him like a hexblade.
I don't know what the fuck that means.
It's basically a warlock that summons a magical weapon. Basically, it's the Pact of the Blade, John.
All right. I get it.
So you summon a weapon and that's bound to you, and that's how you fight dudes like a spell sword essentially. But 9 times out of 10, you're always casting Eldritch Blast because that's what warlocks do. That is their signature class move. When you play a warlock, it's like, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna move over here, and I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast like 6 times.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like finger guns.
I get that. All right. Like I said, I'm not gonna give this game a review yet because again, like I'm gonna pull up my Steam real quick and see like exactly how many hours I got.
I could see this being a 10-hour. Yeah.
I'm probably at like 10 hours though. I'm at 9 hours. So
that's fair. Like,
yeah, I don't have that much time in it, but like again, I wanna be able to put.
I have 43 hours in it.
Yeah, I want to be able to put 100 and fucking 30,000 hours into it, but it's just I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, and it's making me fucking. It's pissing me the fuck off, man.
We'll get it. We'll get a game together.
I walk into a room.
We'll get a game together. I'll walk you through it. We can even just do it, just you and me. Like, that's fine.
That's cool. That's cool. But listen, this will be happening. I walk into a room with my girl Carlac. I'm like, yo, we about to fuck this whole room up. And they're just like, no, you're not. We're going to attack 3 times. We're going to attack 3 fucking times. And we're going to hit you like with all types of status effects and dice are going to be rolling and you won't know it.
Listen, I'm not going to lie to you. I played on balanced, like, and I still get my shit kicked in from time to time. And it's like, okay. And then I redevise my strategy.
Exact, dog. That's what I'll be doing. And once I get it, it like clicks.
But you also understand that it's like sometimes there's like certain situations where you should be bringing different party members with you.
That's what other people have told me. Like I said, when we get together, I feel like it all makes sense. And we'll talk about that later on.
When we all do it together, it's going to be basically just our characters and then maybe 2 other NPCs because we're basically replacing them. But if we do a 4-man, it's going to be just like, it's not going to go well because it's going to be like Lethal Company the other night where it's just going to be chaos because everyone's going to be doing stupid shit.
Yeah, man. Like I said, man, I'm gonna hold on, man, because I really want to play this game. But yeah, that was the Game Awards. I thought it was a really good Game Awards show. They showed off a ton of games.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to that one game that what's his name? No Man's Sky guy announced. That looks kind of like what I've been craving for a survival RPG.
Yeah, man. They showed off a lot of games, though. They showed off. Let me pull up the full.
Damn, I kind of want to play Baldur's Gate right now.
What's up, man? Yeah, they showed off Monster Hunter Wilds. I was excited for that.
I'm cautiously excited because while I did like the last 2, I have never been super invested in them.
I'm excited for that game. Hideo Kojima officially reveals his next Xbox project, OD. He's working with Jordan Peele on a movie as well. We got free God of War Ragnarok DLC, which I heard is really good. The best announcement of this show, Marvel's Blade is coming from Arcane fucking Studios, and not the Arcane Studios that did Redfall. Not them. That's a newer part of Arcane. We're talking about the niggas that did Dishonored. So this game is going to be fire. I saw the art style and I was like, this game, I'm excited for it. Blade, dog. I've never been a big Blade fan, but I feel like Arcane is going to do this game so fucking good. So fucking good, man. So fucking good. If you want to look at everything I'm looking at, I'll put it in the thing for you, the show notes. I didn't put it in there, my bad.
That's all good.
Sega announced 5 new games in development, including Jet Set Radio. Sega's going back to their older games, which I appreciate. We got like a new Golden Axe coming out, Streets of Rage, and a new Crazy Taxi. So, I mean, and we're going to talk about this in a second. Bark Shadow dropped fucking the finals that night, so that came out.
Oh yeah, I remember that because we were playing Firefight, and then I was watching the Game Awards in like my side window while I was streaming, and they shadow dropped finals, and that I'm surprised we even got in. To be honest with you.
Wow.
Yeah. because
Yeah, man.
like the day later, that the servers are all fucked up.
Okay.
Yeah. So like, yeah. What'd you think of the finals, by the way?
We'll talk about that in a second. Let me get through this list. We
Mm.
got some Final Fantasy DLC coming. I gotta play that. We'll make time for that. I might just do a little like YouTube thing or something. I don't know. Rise of Ronin release date is coming out. It's coming officially to PlayStation 5 March 22nd. I've been looking forward to this game. It's Team Ninja's upcoming open world samurai game.
That's the
And
one where they're like all like creepy and fucked up, right? Right?
Nah, that's the other one because there's two like samurai games coming
Yeah, there
out.
was another one that was
That's
like
more like a
announced.
cyber. It's like a steampunk one. That's the
No,
one you're
no.
thinking of.
This one's an actual um it's a samurai game, but it's kind of like a soft horror game. Like it's really like dark.
I feel like I've seen that. I can't remember. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think if they didn't announce it at this one, they definitely announced it at a prior, probably whatever the like E3 or PlayStation
Yeah.
shows during the summer were. But
Rise of Ronin looks good. I can't wait for it. I'm gonna buy that day one.
you know what else looks good?
That. What?
That mech game that got dropped.
Yeah, man. Yeah, wait, did it
Mecha
come
Break.
out or is it?
No, it's like they're trying to do like an early access type thing before they release it. So you have to take this survey and then kind of like sign up for it. But like I'm gonna wait till it's actually out before I check it out.
Okay.
Because I'm kind of iffy on it right now. But yeah, no, it looks fun. It looks good. It's like a weird battle royale game for mechs, but it's like not. I don't know.
I'm gonna check that joint out because I seen it too, and I was like, yeah, I'm interested. They also showed off Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, which is Tenkaichi 4, basically. I think Sparking Zero is what they call it in Japan or some shit like that. Like it's called like Dragon Ball Sparking or whatever it's called in Japan. I think they just made that the native title all over now instead of Tenkaichi over here and whatever they call in Japan. Excited for that. Love me some fighting games. We got a Jurassic Park game they announced. Hellblade Senua's Saga looks really good. I got to play the first game. We got Black Myth Wukong has a release date. It's coming August 20th, 2024. That looks like it's going to be fire. Might have to play that. And nothing else really excited me. Like Outlast Trials is coming to console. Not really excited about that. Yeah, man. Mecha Break, like I said, that looks like it's going to be a really good game. I'm excited for that. The first Descendant gets a summer 2024 release window. So I'm excited for that. I did play the beta for that, and I thought that was pretty dope. Free to play game from Nexon. We got the first Berserker, which is another Nexon game, coming soon.
What about Skull and Bones, dude? Like,
I played the closed beta for 20 minutes and turned it off. Fuck that game.
You were so hyped for it in the beginning, though.
Because I thought it was gonna be like fucking Sea of Thieves, and
it's not. Yeah, I kind of
can't get off the ship or anything. So
yeah, that's kind of what I thought when I saw it. I was like, this kind of feels like it's gonna be a gimmick, and they're leaning into that gimmick that they try to do with Assassin's Creed Black Flag, because the ship combat in Assassin's Creed 3 was really good, and they were like, but let's make a whole game about it. And it's like, all right, cool. And now they're like, let's make a permanent game that's all about that one mechanic, and it's just like, Like
I said, man, we'll see, man. But that's what they announced. That's what I'm interested in. 2024 is looking like it's gonna go easy on us. It ain't gonna be like this year where I'm just every month I'm buying 2 games. But let's talk about the finals, man. Go ahead. Talk about the finals, man.
Oh, where do I begin?
wherever you like.
I think the finals is like got some true potential for like a new take on the FPS genre, which is kind of something we haven't had in a long time. It's pretty much just like you you're pretty much in this weird game show, and it's like a battle royale, but it's like in an arena instead of like an ever shrinking type of map. You either going up against 3 or 4 other teams, or yeah, two or three other teams, including your own. So it's like 1v1v, or yeah, it's like teams of 3. So it's a 3v3v3, or 4 teams of 3 all going up against each other.
3v3v3v3.
Yeah. So it's like you're doing that. The main part of the game is the destruction for me. It's made by one of the guys from Battlefield. So they do a lot of like level destruction, and it's actually really, really good. Like I'm like was blown away when I played the alpha test. It was like pretty much flawless. Destruction makes sense. It's not like just like a scripted event. Like it's natural on how seamless like destruction is. You can level an entire building by taking out supports and stuff.
Yeah, I'll do like that.
And you can also make like the way they design the objective is like, all right, cool. So like if it's on this level of the building, I can blow out the floor below it and drop it down to me and steal it. And like you basically can create like your own zones. It's like similar to kind of like Rainbow Six Siege, but on crack. Like you change how the level plays by destroying a lot of the levels and then setting up a lot of stuff. But it's also super fast paced, and it's got this weird class based mechanic where it's like you're either a light, medium, or heavy type characters, and you only get one gun, which I know is like a turn off for a lot of people. And for me itself, not being able to switch your primary out for like a secondary at all, unless you're like certain classes like the heavy, you get like an RPG, so it's kind of like cheating a little bit. But it's kind of frustrating because if you miss your shots, you're kind of fucked. So you just play this game of who can reload first and shoot first. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
And then you're also you can only bring in like certain items. Like you can't really customize your class on the fly. You get like a primary kit, and then you get your reserves, which you can bring one other primary weapon, and then a bunch of other gadgets and stuff. You can't change your ability mid-match. You're kind of stuck with one of the 3 options. So you need to like plan out what your playstyle is kind of ahead of time before you jump into a match. It's not super casual, but at the same time, it's not super, I want to say meta or super like competitive heavy. Like I want to say it's a weird blend of like casual and competitive. Like if you really want to play casual version of it, right now there's only 2 game modes. There's quick cash, which is like you secure some money, and then you bring the money over to a bank thing that you have to defend until it cashes out. Basically, other players and other teams can steal it from you while it's trying to cash out, switching it to their side. So it's kind of like whoever is holding the objective when it completes gets those points. So it's a very like sweaty team-based type of game, and that's the 3v3v3 mode. And then you have the banquet mode, which is more, I want to say more team deathmatchy. You kill other players, you collect their coins, and then you find banks that are constantly spawning and despawning off the map to deposit those coins in. And whoever has the most at the end of the game or reaches the max amount wins. So that's kind of like their weird deathmatch mode. It's interesting because it's both a difficult game and not a difficult game at the same time. I don't know how else to describe it. It's like the difficulties rely on the fact that it doesn't do what a lot of other shooters do, and so you may not be used to it. But at the same time, its mechanics aren't hard to learn.
Yeah, I will say that.
Like you're super creative with destruction, and like you can pick objects up and toss them at deal damage, and then like you can attach like some dude made a super nuke, right? You know those propane tanks you can launch at people?
Yeah.
So you can put, if you're the medium class or any class with like throwables that stick to anything, you can put a bunch of mines on it and just launch it, and it turns into like a super nuke.
Oh.
So like people are just coming up with crazy strategies using the environment. I like that about this game. What I don't like is that there aren't like more traditional game modes in it, like just straight up team deathmatch.
Okay.
But yeah, what do you think, bro?
This ain't even me being rough on it. Like, I'm just being real. I think this game is going to be dead in like a couple months.
Eesh. Okay.
And I say that with like kind of just like it's fucked up, but I just feel like this shit is cool right now. Like, it was cool for like a couple games, but I don't feel like, unless they get some other game modes in there kind of like faster,
Mm-hmm.
I think right now I'm already done with the game.
Really?
I think until we get some other like game modes in there, maybe I think I'm just kind of done with it.
Can I
I
tell
don't like.
you? Can I
What's
tell
up?
you the population of the game right now?
What is it?
85,000 in game right now.
That's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up. And I still feel like that game going to die pretty goddamn soon.
I mean, it might die if they add content or do stuff that people don't like.
I
Like
just
shit like that definitely
those two
happens.
game modes are fucking. This is the thing. This is the one thing that I have noticed from like Twitter and shit. The ranked community loves that game. They love that game. But like as a casual, like I don't know, man.
It might be like the Siege community.
I think that game mode is just fucking ass, dog. I think it's just so you basically, like he said, you pick up the vault, you take it to a point, you defend it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You defend it for like fucking 3 minutes, it feels like, right? Just for somebody the last 10 seconds to take your vault and only have to defend it for 5 more seconds, and then
It's
win.
basically like condensed third-party Apex type fights.
It's like, damn, bro. It's like you do all this work to defend this shit. I be going crazy. I be going there. I'm killing motherfuckers something crazy, and it's just like last minute we just get stomped on by a whole nother team after we just fought a whole team. It's just like, damn, dog. Like, then it's like I said when I was playing with you, I don't like the respawn. I think that respawn shit is
it's super punishing.
It's super punishing, dog.
Yeah.
Because you could have 6 seconds left, but if your last teammate goes down, that timer's going back to 15 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta wait 15 seconds to respawn.
Then that can be the difference between like winning and losing right there. Like that
and like that, dog. And it's super frustrating. So then when you play the other game mode, it's a little bit more faster, which I like. It's less campy. I feel like people are moving around a lot more.
There's more people, and it's less of a stay and defend type situation. More of like just protect. It's more of like an escort mission, protect the teammate with the most cash. Yeah,
and I feel like that's a mode where it allows the game to kind of shine, like the destruction to the movement, because the game has some fire movement, dog.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
It feels really good. The grappling hook sucks on that one map, but other
the
than
grappling
that,
hook does suck if you hit the map where there's actual like roofs that extend past the building. If you don't know how to disconnect your grappling hook before, or you just forget to, you're gonna just stick to the fucking corner of that building and just stay there until you run out of the juice. That shit is so funny when I first started playing it, because I was like, why am I doing this? And I realized, oh, I gotta kind of be like Spider-Man a bit here and just swing myself around it and then hit the crouch button to like cut it early and launched myself. I'm like,
Yeah,
I get
yeah.
it now.
But
It does suck on certain maps though. Like
I,
it's not as good as it could be.
yeah, I agree with everything else. You know, even Knight said I think the you definitely need a secondary. I remember during the beta, a lot of people complained about the heavy being like overpowered. I didn't think he was too bad. Like
He's overpowered because of what I mentioned earlier. He basically has a secondary, the RPG. It's a one-shot kill if you're a light, and it's basically a game changer mid-fight. If you're fighting a medium or another heavy. And the heavy does have a lot of access to weapons. So like the flamethrower is super fucking strong against goo and smoke grenades because one, it'll ignite the smoke grenades, which is another interaction I like about the game. A lot of the types of weapons and stuff you can throw on the ground interact with each other in dynamic ways. If you toss a gas mine down, you can throw a fire grenade in there and basically make an explosion and then set everything on fire. Smoke. I'm pretty sure the smoke, the smoke canisters you find on the map or smoke grenades, will put fires out. I'm not entirely sure about that interaction, but I feel like that's a thing. And like that with the heavy being high health, having probably the somewhat better damaging weapons, and having a charge attack, and not only that, but also having a bubble shield, and then a gadget that's basically like no, their ability is a front-facing Reinhardt shield, and then their a gadget is a bubble shield essentially. They're kind of hard to take down if you're playing a heavy that's like playing super defensively and has a good medium that's just healing them nonstop. So like they're like those complaints I get. I understand. I feel like the heavy is a little too strong. But you can also say the same thing about the light and the medium in certain situations because the medium has a lot of good setup for defending objectives. You get turrets, you get a lot of landmines that I use all the time. You get jump pad is super useful, especially for your teammates. Like this, it's supposed to be a support build, but in the beta, when they had the beta going, that fucking shotgun that they had, the lever action shotgun or rifle, whatever you want to call it, was nonstop powerful, and they nerfed it. So like, I feel like it's one of those types of games where it's like people are playing light builds and going up a heavy expecting to win because they're fast, and then they get one shotted and they're like, "Damn, that shit's unbalanced."
I feel like this game, not to cut you off too, I apologize.
No, you're
good. I feel like this game, and it's actually its core strength to me, is that it requires a lot of teamwork, and I like that. I like that. Like if you're an Apex person, I feel like you'll really like this game. But I think the problem is the game modes just fucking suck. They fucking suck, dog. Like the game modes are just not interesting. Like if we could get like some type of like TDM or like something else, like maybe like on like maybe the 3v3 v3 thing, but like on a bigger map, then I would be like, all right, like this is a cool concept. But I just feel like, again, with no secondaries, death can be very fucking penalizing. The game modes kind of suck. I think it's just one of those games, like I'm done with it for now. Like I'll play it like if like you or somebody else that really fucks with it wants to play, like I'm down to play it. I haven't deleted it or anything. It's just I'm looking at it like I'm not going to get too invested in this game and start buying battle passes or any of that shit because I don't think this game is going to be around too much longer.
I think the game has its audience. I think the moment they fix the whole cheating shit, which I think every fucking shooter has struggled with at some point in their development, the reviews will probably boost it back up to a very positive rating. But like,
people like the ranked, man. They loved. Like
I've only played like 2 seconds of it, but people
love ranked in that game. Like they go hard for it. So it's like those are the type of communities. Yeah, those are the type of communities that's going to keep that game going. Like
Yeah, that's why I was like, it's kind of like Siege. Like Siege is like a game where it's basically just a ranked mode,
yeah,
and
all
the
the ranked
casual
people are still playing that game. Nobody else.
mode is like just for you to learn the mechanics and then go play ranked. But like, I wanted more casual game modes, and they have started adding a lot of casual stuff to Siege, which is good. But it's like, to me, it's like it's just going to be one of those games where it's only going to appeal people who are going to be highly competitive and also enjoy the game mechanics of destruction. I
Mm-hmm.
think they can probably increase their player base with a casual TDM or capture the flag type of game mode,
Yeah.
just so they can have a casual player base.
Facts. The thing is this too, right? I don't want to seem like I'm shitting on them, like at all. I am, but at the same time I'm not, because they hit a lot of like the check marks for me. Like the game is crossplay. It's a little confusing to add people. I mean, I can't add my friends specifically to the party because I'm not the party leader. I mean, that's fucking annoying. But other than that, like, it's got crossplay. I mean, the graphics are really good. The destruction's really good. The gunplay, we didn't talk about the gunplay. I think you may have touched on it real quick. The gunplay is really decent. I do like the gunplay. It feels really good on controller. It actually plays really good on console and PC. Like they to me, they play almost the same. I just feel like you have like a little bit more fluidity with mouse and keyboard, but I feel like it's all right, man. Like it's an all right game. Like I put it down for now. Like you won't see me like streaming it or anything like that. Like I pay $70 for my first person shooter. So I mean DLC. So yeah, I mean so I'm playing that instead. But like like I said, I'm not gonna take back what I said. I'm gonna just say this. I feel like this game is gonna be dead in like a couple months. I think
we will see definitely in a couple months if your prediction is true.
And it's probably gonna be dead in like the Apex way, where it's just like the only people that play it are the people that really fuck with it. There's no casual audience for it.
All right, so let's mark it on the calendar. Today is December 26th because it is like 1 o'clock in the morning while we're recording this. So a couple months would be January, February. Let's say March 26th. Mark it on my calendar.
Yeah, we'll see what they do with the
finals dead, and yeah, we'll set that for like a 8 a.m. to
yeah, I think we'll just watch this game, man. I don't have anything against it. It's just I felt like that game mode got boring really fucking fast. And like I said, I think what turned me off was like you go hard defending that motherfucker, and then like I said, you just got done fighting a whole team.
No, like I said, it's third party, Apex third partying, like, but in like a team, like in an arena based type game.
Yeah,
and it's totally fine to me. I think it has a place in the genre shooter, which is arena based shooters. It has a place. It's just it may not be your cup of tea, and that's totally fine. I
fuck with it. I fuck with it. I just
kind of fuck with it.
No, I fuck with it.
You kind of fuck with it. It's one part of the game you don't fuck with.
And yeah, that's the fucking the dumbass fucking what is that shit?
Quick cash. The defend, stand here and defend shit. Yeah. No, like I get it, and that's kind of like you kind of don't fuck with that one. That's like half the game, though. Like, that is probably the ranked mode too. And it's like which is okay if you don't fuck with it, and you fuck with bank it because it's more of like a TDM, kill everybody and drop your shit off.
That bank it shit
exactly. So like, we'll see how it goes, but I still think it has a nice little niche, a nice little scratch that itches a part of my brain that craves chaos and destruction. Like I think if they were to recreate a game exactly like this but in a more traditional sense, it'd be probably twice as popular. It wouldn't have an identity to me because it'd be just a carbon copy, but with like just standard standard FPS shooter stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I said, I'm not. I don't want this to be the Inferno shitting on everything podcast, but I will say this: like,
no,
I think again,
the title of this podcast is Spider-Man 2 took an L. That's it. That's the title of the podcast.
I think it's just gonna be Spider-Man 2 is not game of the year.
Is Spider-Man 2 takes L's.
Or that. I like that one too. I'll think about it.
Spider-Man 2 ain't getting no W's.
Yeah, man, but the finals is cool.
It's a cool free to play game. I'm not mad about it. If it was something I had paid money for, I'd probably be like $40 at the most. Straight multiplayer. I'm not crazy about it. I'm not crazy about the cosmetics. Are funny. I like the cosmetics, but like I'm not crazy about it either. I think it's enjoyable. I think it's fun.
Yeah, I'm not investing any money into that game until I see some type of longevity.
Yeah, the thing about this is you don't gotta invest no type of money in this game right now.
I know, or at all. I'm just saying. I feel like this is a game where it's just like I do like some of the cosmetics, but I ain't buying that shit. I feel like this is gonna be another Gundam Evolution situation, man.
I hope not, because Gundam Evolution made me sad when it died.
Me too.
It was a good
because I really like that fucking game, dog.
It was a good game.
Hopes.
It was a good game. The way they went about fucking unlocking dudes and how they monetized it, the hell, not so great. Did not like it. But gameplay wise,
look, man,
it's all right. It could be worse. We could have been on the hype train and got scammed.
Well, I'm glad I really didn't have any expectations for it. So I'm just, I mean, it is what it is for me. It's not for me. I mean, I'm going back to play my $70 DLC.
No, I mean, like I'm trying to say, it could have been like the day after.
Oh, I see what you're trying to do there. Before we get into that, because that's going to be a conversation. Let's talk about what people kind of want to know. Like one of the biggest things in media right now, other than the Game Awards, is the GTA 6 trailer dropped.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that shit was
probably
lit.
Should talk about that. It was just a fucking 90-second video. We're not gonna sit here and gush about it and break it down and shit like that. But I like what I saw. I know I'm gonna buy it. They're doing that dumb shit where they're doing console release only, and then probably like a year later they're gonna do.
No, PC. I think they're just doing straight console.
No, they I think on release it's just straight console, but that's what Rockstar always does. They release it on console, and then like a fucking year later they drop it on PC, and they make people basically buy it twice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, I'm not getting it unless it comes on PC or for whatever reason I pick up like a PS5 or an Xbox for whatever reason.
That shit twice. I buy that shit twice. I don't know if I'm gonna like RP in it for the online, but I know like the online for the PC version gonna be lit. So, but I know this game ain't gonna drop with online. It's just gonna be the story at first, and then we're gonna have to wait like 2-3 months for the fucking online, which I'm cool with. A lot of people were surprised that it had a 2025 release date. You could tell like this game was nowhere near done at all. So it's just like, I don't know. I like I said, I know it's gonna be a great game. It's gonna fucking break the internet. The trailer broke the internet. I just
like the hacks broke the internet when it got hacked.
I mean, that's how I feel about the GTA reveal, guys.
Yeah, like it's cool. I can't wait to actually play it. I'm probably gonna have to upgrade my rig just to play it, and that's fine. It's a good excuse for me to upgrade my PC when it comes out and on PC, which probably won't be till like a year or two later after launch, to be honest with you. That game seems like it's super complicated, and if they're only launching on consoles, it's probably because they need to either take extra time for development for a decent PC port that doesn't suck, or like just figure a lot of shit out. Because I think they saw how good NoPixel and 5M type servers were doing, and I think they're trying to emulate their own version of that.
Oh, I heard that too. I did hear that.
Mm-hmm.
I did hear that because they got like the 5 M dead helping them out with this game and shit. So
yeah. So like, we might be seeing like GTA 6 might be the next GTA game we get for the next 2 decades.
yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
We got one little quick piece of news for y'all as well. Let me pull this up so I can walk y'all through this, man. So I follow Charlie Intel on Twitter, and if you don't know who Charlie Intel is, they are like a I'm gonna just go to their profile so you can see what their bio says. We cover all things Call of Duty, including Call of Duty 2024, Modern Warfare 3, Warzone Mobile, and Xbox Activision.
Mm-hmm.
They basically the number one news source on Twitter or really anywhere for like Call of Duty shit. And usually when they get like some insider scoop on some shit, they're usually like pretty on the money. Like usually like really on the fucking money. Like every time they're just like, yo, we know this is coming, like they've been right about it since Call of Duty Ghosts. So to everything they say, I believe it. So they put out a tweet. This was December 19th. Breaking: Call of Duty 2025 is reportedly set to be a direct sequel to Black Ops 2, set in the near future of 2030. It'll reportedly have a mix of new multiplayer maps and remastered Black Ops 2 maps. It'll also have updates to movement, Pick 10, and round-based zombies maps. And this is for 2025 Call of Duty. Apparently, 2024 Call of Duty is a Black Ops game, and it's called Gulf War. Apparently, they're going back they're going back to like the 90s. So I mean, I feel like it could work, but we'll see. Just want to put that out there for y'all. Am I gonna buy it? Yeah, damn right. Oh shit, you know I am, dog. Oh man.
As long as they bring back Dolphin Dive.
Yeah. Like I said, man, I ain't got no problem with this.
Yeah, I think it's too soon, but like if it's gonna be like a weird expansion for the current Modern Warfare, like they did with the last one, then all right, I could see that. But like, I still think it's gonna be.
Well, just keep this in mind. Treyarch has had 4 years to work on this Call of Duty game. They haven't worked on a COD game since 2020. So with Cold War. So they've been working on this game almost going on 4 years. This is one of the longest developed Call of Duty games. So we'll see what they cook up, man. Treyarch never misses in my eyes. So that's why I'm like, Sledgehammer be fucking up. They've been doing really good by this new Call of Duty. So I'm going to give them the props on that. But yeah, man. That's it for that. And then we got some layoffs. We might say that for the next podcast because that's kind of something I want to center a whole podcast around. Bungie had a lot of layoffs. Everybody's been laying off lately, but Bungie really had some crazy layoffs. Last month.
I don't fucking get sometimes when companies lay off dudes, but I understand what they're trying to do. It's just kind of shitty.
Yeah, they're bleeding money apparently, and shit is going bad over there, even though they just got acquired by Sony. And just a lot of shit's going on. I think we'll save that for another podcast because I think we're gonna talk more about Destiny as a whole in a podcast soon. Like that's gonna be like a center topic in the future because I feel like I have a special guest to bring on for that we can really talk some Destiny and have a good conversation. But let's talk about the day before, and let's talk about 4 days after the day before released when the studio shut down. You see what I did there? Jesus
Christ, dude.
Yeah, man. The motherfucking studio finally dropped the game, which I wish listed the game, all right? I was actually interested from what I saw in the original videos and stuff. I was like, yo, this has the potential to be like kind of fucking gas. Like, I mean, I'm fucking with this. But yeah, they done fucked it up, man.
So remember how we were talking about how like Baldur's Gate wasn't on anybody's radar?
Yeah.
This game was not on my radar at all.
That's crazy.
It wasn't on my radar till you said something like, yo, I'm kind of watching these day after streams. They're not kind of looking good. I was like, what the fuck is the day after? I was man. What are you talking about? What is this game? And then it's like
I got put on it. I got put on it around the summertime because somebody came to me. We were talking about, I think we were talking about another zombie game. And we were talking about how it would be cool to have like an open world, like survival zombie game type thing. I think Dead Island 2 just came out. Yeah, like DayZ.
Yeah.
And that's when they hit me with that. Hey, well, there's this game coming out and it's going to be cross-play and it's going to be on fucking PlayStation and like Xbox and PC. It's going to be an MMO, not an extraction shooter like it came out. I mean, it was going to be a full-blown MMO with all these survival mechanics and this huge open world and huge city to explore. Though when I watched the original trailers from like 2021 and 2022, I was like, yeah, this game about to be gas. And then they had the whole debacle come up a couple months back where they didn't own the rights to the fucking name.
And yeah, I heard about that on the
they had to video. Take that shit off the shelves and wish-listed for everybody. And then it just raised an alarm in my head like, yo, is this even a real game? Like, is this even a real game?
It's technically a real game. Was.
Yeah, it was. So, yeah, the day before it came out, I forget what day it dropped.
I don't know, but it was the day before that for sure.
Yeah, it was the day before that. It dropped, and it was nothing like it was promised to be. It was full of fucking bugs.
It was a giant fucking asset flip.
It was a mess. Dog, it was a mess. All right?
It was.
Yeah. I almost bought it. And I bought. Baldur's Gate. Shout out my girl Black Harley Q. Watched her stream. I said, this shit looks ass. I'm putting my money towards something else. Because there's nothing wrong by doing that. There's nothing wrong by doing that. You know what I mean? Just being like, hey, I'm gonna stay away from this right now.
Well, like,
you know what I mean?
You were following it, right?
Yeah.
Was there any like closed betas, alpha tests?
Nope.
For an MMORPG extraction survival shooter?
Nothing. You got nothing.
That's so many fucking tags. And it's a zombie game too. Yeah, all right. I may still be experiencing 2000s like 11 zombie fatigue, but like I every time I see a zombie game, my eyes roll to the back of my head. Like I just kind of roll. I'm like, bro, another one. They're like zombies out here. Like Dying Light 2 was an exception to me. I think I was like, all right, I want to try this game when it's on sale.
Mm-hmm.
I want to look forward when I actually do play this game. I want to look forward to actually playing it, but which I haven't played yet. But it's still not on sale, cheap enough for me yet. But the first Dying Light I did play, I was like, it was decent. So like, that's what it's got going for it. But every other zombie game I've played is just, it's either you got a bunch of runners running at you, or they're super slow, and everything's super like I don't know. It's the genre itself. It's like I kind of want to play something else. Like I don't feel like when I play Dead Space, I don't feel like I'm playing a zombie game. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, I feel that. I feel like I really understand that, but I was kind of hyped for this game under the premise that, like, again, I'm like a sucker for one thing about me that like turns me on in modern gaming. It needs to be like just a staple at this point. Like it shouldn't be like this mythical horse. Like, yo, this game is crossplay. Like I feel like a lot of these games nowadays, they need to drop a crossplay, bro. Like they need to come out with crossplay. Like not months later, not a couple,
Right.
you know what I mean, not a year later. You know what I mean? I think we're in an ecosystem right now where it's like my friends have grown up and we are adults and we are playing on all different types of systems. Like we may have met on Xbox and now he's on PS5 exclusively or he's on Xbox still exclusively. I'm
Yeah.
on PC and PS5 exclusively. Like I feel like once you open that door for me to be able to play with everyone, I'm all in, dog. I'm like, yo, let's get it. Because now it's like no matter what you got, we going to be able to play the game. So when they announced that this game is going to be full crossplay, it's going to be a zombie MMO, I was like, yeah, this has like everything that I would like in a game, dog. Because like we get to survive together. Because I really want to play DayZ. All right, I really want to play DayZ.
I think you would. I think if Division 2 came out with like a zombie version of it, I think that's probably what you want.
Yeah.
I think
No
that's
doubt.
what you want. Like that.
But
that without all the cover-based shooting.
Yeah, I think this shit was just kind of fucked, and you know, they dropped the ball. And look,
The ball was never there to begin with, dog. This shit did not exist.
I would like to play that devil's advocate and be like, well, they were a small studio, but at the same time, I feel as though they knew damn well what they showed us in those trailers. They could never make actual gameplay.
No,
because there's no other MMO game that plays like that. We're talking about like cars driving and they get stuck in the mud and the mud tracks and all that shit. You know how much work it is to render that on a server for everybody coming across that? Like that's a lot of work, man. Like I feel like they were very ambitious on some Hello Games type with No Man's Sky. They were super ambitious. They had a great idea, but they had a terrible premise. I feel like it came down to investors.
Did you watch the Actman video?
I did.
Did you watch that? You know that most of their development force were volunteer?
The volunteers, yeah. And everything they built in the game was an asset flip. Like they literally bought it off of the UE store. Like I know. I'm trying to.
That's the craziest thing. Like it's not even like devil's advocates. Like, oh, I could see the vision, the potential is there. Like, you know how when we see games that fail what they were trying to achieve, but we're like, this game had so much potential, right? I don't see that. I don't see that at all. With all the gameplay that I've actually seen of this game, I see a giant kind of turd. Like it's kind of like a delusion. It's not a they were too ambitious. No, it's like you guys were kind of fucking delusional, right?
Yeah.
Like that's to me. It's like you didn't even have like one game mechanic that really fully functioned, except for maybe moving around.
Yeah, and that barely worked. Worked.
That's my thing. There was no for a multiplayer game. There was no attempt at testing with the public, right? No closed alpha, no NDA type situation. All of it was like pre-rendered cutscene style gameplay, quote unquote game. This is actual gameplay shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Proof of concepts. There was no like devs streaming the game, playing it and going, oh, look at the game. Fucking like and the thing is, it really just comes down to like ability. Like this game, was it early access? Did it get crowdfunded?
No, I don't know. I don't think any of that. I think they had investors that they hyped this game up to. This is what I think. I think they had investors that they hyped this game up to and probably sent them all this money to develop this game that they didn't put into the game. They probably just jacked off with it and bought Coke and all types of other shit with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I'm thinking it was a rug pull and that it wasn't meant to get this much hype around it.
Yeah, I think
it was supposed to fly under the radar type situation.
Yeah, man. I think this was one of those things where they didn't expect this game to be the biggest wish listed, because like let's to just recap on what like Ackman said. Like people have been dying for this type of game for a long time. Like DayZ is a game that if you know, DayZ came out a long time ago. It was like a mod for another. I think it was like Arma 3 or something like that.
Yeah, no, Arma 3. It was an Arma 3 mod. It used a lot of the systems Arma 3 already had, and then just made zombies and shit. And then when the dude made the standalone, even that was wrapped up in a little bit of controversy when that came out because it wasn't fully functional the way it was supposed to be. So like, it is like, I understand the need for a post-apocalyptic zombie survival type of game where you can use all your environment to surround around you to survive, and then also want to be able to play with your friends, but at the same time engage in PvP and shit. Like, I understand that. That basically sounds like Tarkov with zombies. Is what you're craving. But this is just garbage.
I just bought DayZ.
Did I like sell it to you somehow? Or?
I'm about to play the shit out this joint, bro.
God damn. You're gonna play it for like 3 seconds and gonna be like, damn, I don't understand this shit. Fuck.
Nah, man, I just like, dog, like real shit. Like, I really like this concept, dog, and I want it so fucking bad. And it's like, this was supposed to be like, if you were blind like me at one point, because I was when the dude I forget who it was I was talking to, and they just brought it up to me, and I was looking at videos and shit. I'm like, damn, this shit looks fire. And then the whole thing with them not trademarking the name like happened. I was like, all right, like something the fuck is up here, man. Like, what the fuck is going on, dog? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. Like me personally, dog, like I'll keep it real with you. They finessed the shit out of a lot of people, and luckily they're not getting paid for it.
Is it still on Steam so I can look at the reviews?
No.
I want to see.
No. They took that shit down immediately, dog.
The day after. Hold up. I found it. There's another the day after, and it's to be. This is not the same game for sure.
Oh, that's funny as shit.
That is a totally different game. Oh my god, that is funny as fuck that someone's like capitalizing it. It's an indie game. I respect. Go on Steam, wishlist this game the day after. It has nothing to do with the other game that we're talking about.
All right, let's install DayZ.
You fucking suck, dude. You just do not. You just go balls deep for no reason.
Oh, because it's just like I've been wanting this game. It's $20 right now. Leave me the fuck alone, man.
No. Play your little zombie game, bro. Play your little zombie game. Be a zombie survivor till you die, and then you go.
I'm about to play this shit all night tonight. Just piss people off and shit.
By the way, that game has prox chat.
I know.
Yeah. Do with that what you need to do with that information.
You know what I'm about to do. I'm about to wow the fuck out.
You start like you're like, yo, can I get your tax return, dog?
I'm about to be wilding on this motherfucker, man. Nah, man, it's just like I said, like they fucked up with this game, man. They knew what the fuck they was doing, dog.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just it sucks, man, because there's so many people who are kind of looking forward to this type of game. And if they would have kind of taken this type of thing seriously and not, did the whole, rug pull thing to people, I feel like they would have made a lot of money and been very successful. If they would have got some real devs to work on this game, I would not be downloading DayZ right now. I would be playing the day before, or maybe not playing the day before because they still be working on it and taking their time to nurture it into a great game. Like I said, like the thing about it, like a lot of people saying like, oh, it's a scam. Oh, it's a scam. It's like in my mind, right? If I was trying to scam people, right? I'm not gonna go for a rug pull. I'm gonna actually give you something decent, something that you're gonna fucking want to play, and at least keep your motherfucking $40 in there, dog. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Because again, this is a Steam game. People can play it for like 2 hours and refund it, and I get nothing from it. You know what I mean, I get nothing from you refunding the game. But if I do like a, and this is not a slight on like Cyberpunk or No Man's Sky, but if I can give you just enough of a good game to where you're like, nah, I'm gonna hold out, I'm gonna make sure, I'm gonna stay, while they work on this game and stuff. I now, have got the means to do that. And then 6 months later, I can be like, yeah, we tried. Well, fuck you. They gave it 4 fucking days, man. They gave this shit 4 days and like, yeah, we tried. Shit happens. That's literally what they said. We tried. Shit happens. It's like, dog, you didn't try, man. You didn't even attempt. And that's why, like, I got into an argument with my boy Eric, and he just like, oh, man, people are being too hard on him. I'm like, what? They literally
bro, like the game, like it's not even like people. It's like even outlets are like Games Radar. Literally, just looked up game day before review. It has no redeeming qualities, and under no circumstance you should buy it. That is wild. Because like even the most like harshest game critics are like, this is if it's these are all the bad qualities about it, so it's gonna get a 2. It has a little bit of potential that here if it tries to improve these things. You know what I mean? Like they try to give some construct. This shit was like, this shit is ass. Do not buy it. Do not buy it. IGN gave it a 1. That's fucking IGN gives everything a fucking 9 now. So like.
Yeah, I was fucked up behind this one, dog. I ain't gonna hold you.
This is hilarious. It's just like, I'm not even like mad at the people who wanted it to be a good game. It's just it's fucking.
Yeah, man.
I'm looking at gameplay for it right now, and there's the delay on the animation.
But did you see the old shit? Did you see the fake trailers that they showed people? Did you see that?
What, the fake trailers? No, I never saw. Like I told you, I was unaware.
They took them off. They took them offline. You can't even see them anymore. That's right. Hold on. Let me see the day before 2021 trailer. There we go. I think I found one for you. Yep. IGN's got it up. Yep. All right. Look at this. This is what they promised us. This is what I watched and was like, okay, we got a game. We got a game. I'm about to put it in the show notes. We got a fucking game, dog. All right. That's what they showed. And I was like, we got some heat coming. But I think they were way over their heads with that, man. I don't think they could have made that shit happen.
That's hold on. I'm in an ad. Hold on.
Imagine not having YouTube Red. That's crazy.
I don't. I'm cheap as fuck.
Imagine not having YouTube Red. That is insane to me.
They keep asking me, man, too.
I'm just gonna keep it real with you. Fuck Fantastic or whatever new studio, because they all of their other games that they've worked on, they put under another developer title now. So like it's fuck them.
I think they took whatever money they got and ran.
Yeah, man, it's unfortunate.
This is how you know it's not a real.
You see that shit? Like, that shit look fire.
It looks smooth as fuck. It does, but you know what the red flag in this trailer was?
What?
Player dialogue.
Oh yeah, of course. Players don't talk like that.
No, they don't.
Players don't even walk like that in MMOs. Most of the time, you can't even walk in MMOs. You got to fucking sprint. I said MMOs that allow you to sit down, shout out the ESO. They real games, dog. They understand. And we want to be motherfucking immersed in shit.
I remember that was like, you're like, can I sit in this game though?
Yeah, man. But that sums it up on the day before. This podcast is getting a little long, so
damn, I can see how people fell for this shit. Yeah. No, yeah. This is a really good trailer. Without the gameplay, the player dialogue, fuck that.
Yeah,
if I saw this when I was younger, I'd probably be like, yo, this is gonna be the best fucking game ever. Like,
yeah, man. Like I said, dog. Maybe we'll talk about it on another one. This shit's getting long. I think we're well over 3 hours into this joint.
It's the end of the year podcast. It's supposed to be long.
Yeah, facts. But I mean, I want y'all to. So we're gonna wrap it up by saying a couple things, right? Just a couple things. I may have said in the beginning of the podcast. I think I forgot. We're gonna be doing our own specific, like Eknight's gonna pick his top 5 of the year. I'm gonna pick my top 5 of the year. We're gonna do our own kind of game award show for the first podcast of 2024. We don't know if we're gonna do it live yet, or we're just gonna we're gonna try to do it live. We just gotta get schedules to connect and stuff like that. But when we get it worked out, we're going to do it for you guys. I would like to do it live. That way you guys can kind of interact with it. Give us some feedback, stuff like that. It's been a while since we did a live. It's been like exactly a year since we've done like a live podcast. So I'd like to do another one. Next year, we got a lot of things planned. I know Eknight's busy with YouTube content. Make sure you check him out. Check our links down below. We always say it in the beginning of every podcast. Please support, what we do individually. Like, we come together to do this. But make sure you check out Couch Combat. Make sure you check out my Twitch channel, my TikTok, whatever. Check out Eknight's Instagram. Engage with our content. Get to know us on a different level, because we're gonna be working next year. I know a lot of people have been asking me about the Dead Space playthrough that I started back in February of this year. I haven't finished it. I know, man. I'm gonna finish that before February comes this year. I promise. I should have that entire game beat by the end of January, or maybe even before the middle of it. I'm gonna try to really bog down and get that game. I just be busy, man. I got a lot of shit that I'm planning for next year. We just unveiled my logo that we're gonna be moving forward with the Two Litty World shit. We're gonna have merch coming out soon. All that shit y'all been asking for, we're gonna be doing that. The podcast, we're gonna be doing a lot more like centered topic podcasts. So like I said, expect sometime, I wouldn't say in February, we kind of have a Destiny podcast. We talk about Destiny, bring some guests on. We're going to be bringing more guests on, doing more content creator spotlights, bringing some people on, letting them talk, allowing you to understand and interact with some of the people that we interact with and that are in our little bubble and stuff like that. We're going to be doing a lot more. I know the Sleepy Gang, they're going to be getting busy doing a lot more next year. But I know Eknight's going to be really working. So make sure you guys just check out the content. Make sure you guys click that link and just support. Like, even just if you hit a follow button, turn that bell on so you get some notifications, and just tap in and check out what we do, because we're going to be doing a lot. Next year, we're going to be getting busy, man. The streams are going to get a little heavy. It's going to be a little light the first week of 2024, but trust me, after that, we going in full swing. We going crazy. We're going to have an action pack next year. Friday Night Fight's going to get even bigger than it already has. And yeah, man, we're going to just be bringing more games in. Like I said, we got Spider-Man 2 coming up next. We got a lot of shit going on. But yeah, I talked enough, man. I want to just say I appreciate you guys for everything that you do for me and what I got going on. This was a really successful year. I hit a lot of milestones. We got a lot more to go for next year. We're really close. I think I'm at like 885 Twitch followers. So we're like right there for basically 900. So next year, I'm expecting by my anniversary to hopefully if we can hit 1,000. So if you do follow me, twitch.tv/BLAZEDxENFERNO, go do that. Also, I'm gonna be working on TikTok more too. So make sure you follow that, because I want to start streaming on TikTok. But go ahead, Eknight. What you got planned for next year, man? Let them know. Let them know what you're working with.
Fuck, I barely have like next week planned out. Just YouTube shit, honestly. Just like, I mean, like, I'm gonna try and like reduce the amount of times I stream so I can focus more on my YouTube content. Probably just keep it towards the weekends, and then Halo FPS Thursdays with BK. try and get that Baldur's Gate thing going. I know I wanted to. I know I do. I've so far. I'm more focusing on Halo because that's like more of my favorite franchise to focus on. But I do want to do like videos for like Lethal Company. We just had a giant fucking session with everybody in the Liddy gang and the Sleepy gang. So I have most of that. I have literally from start to finish that recorded. And
awesome.
Yeah, there's a lot of great moments in that I want to do a video about. But I have to like again, I'm just getting into learning how to write scripts and stuff. And it's a bit of a learning curve for me because I'm more of a I think of an idea and then I fixate it until I get it done type of guy. Writing a script out, planning it out is kind of not my normal go-to, but it does organize things and makes doing content a little bit more easier. So I'm planning on doing more like skits, more gameplay, impressions, and soft reviews, like more just my thoughts about a game and stuff like that for the channel. I don't want to primarily focus on just Halo, but it will be like a majority of my content on the channel, as well as like you guys know the shorts. I do a lot of YouTube shorts. That's just so I keep my editing skills on fresh. But with that said, that's pretty much what I'm gonna be focusing on. Streaming wise, I'm just gonna it's more just to play with people, connect with people that I normally wouldn't be able to connect with, you know, reach out to the streamer side of the community. I know, shout out to IC Pits. He's a Halo streamer that has a really cool ODST VTuber model.
Yeah, that shit's fire.
That shit is fire. He's like a really chill dude. So like, you know, I want to connect with more of like the streaming side of the community when it comes to like just playing FPSs in Halo as well. And then like, yeah, like you guys liking my shit, enjoying the videos. Hopefully I make you guys laugh. Like that's my ultimate goal. Like if I can get paid doing the shit, great. If not, as long as I can make you guys have like a nice little chuckle, then like for sure, like just like that's what I want to focus on. So that's pretty much the plan. I think my previous plan was to hit 1K. I'm at 500 on YouTube. I'm at like 200 on Instagram, and I'm on like one something on stream Twitch. So like, hey, didn't quite hit 1,000 subs like I wanted to, but you know what? I think we can do it in 2024. For damn sure.
Bet. That sounds good, man. I'm looking forward to it all, man. Especially that Baldur's Gate, man. I'm looking forward to that Baldur's Gate playthrough because, like I said, I really want to get together and really do that with everybody because I really want to get into that game. I understand that a lot of people love that game. That game sold hella copies.
Let me tell you.
People really like it. I want to like it too.
Blaze, Daddy Dungeon Master Unite's got you. I'll hold your hand.
Thank you, man. Thank you. But I really hope y'all enjoyed this podcast. We did I think we did exactly 25 episodes this year. But between the music and the gaming shit. And I really appreciate y'all for this, man. Like just listening to us and just interacting and, you know, just letting two guys get together and just nerd out I love it. I love it. And thank you guys for allowing us to do that. But we're gonna wrap this one up, man. I hope to see you guys in 2024. Like I said, we'll let y'all know probably on my social medias and Eknight's social medias when we're gonna do the live show for you guys. It should be good job, man. So make sure you guys come through when we get that situated. Enjoy, and we'll see you on the next episode of the Infernal Gaming Podcast.
I gotta take a shit.
Let's get it, man. Me too. I'm going with you.
Damn.